you.
They hire your partner to Tuesday. Kitchen, I like all them partner. So I called Kitchi on the phone one day. This is what the old man said. Do it, do it, do it. Oh, come, buddy. Kitchi where she want. Kitchi where she want. Kitchi where she want. Man, come on. Both of them.
Pleasant night, everyone. Welcome, everyone. I'm Candice Edwards, and it is a pleasure to be here again with you guys. Thank you for tuning in on our YouTube channel, which is held on the Workers' Rights platform together with the Advocate for Justice team. So tonight, our topic is polygamy relationships. And that is a topic we were debating on for quite some days now, because it may be something new to most of you guys, but in some countries, it's a normal thing. And we are here to elaborate on that topic tonight. And again, welcome to the Bacchanal Saturday with Candice Edwards. We have one of our guests. I'm not seeing my guest. Where's my guest? Probably we having some technical difficulty, right? If you were to end up in a polygamy relationship, how would that affect you? How would you function now in a polygamy relationship? Is more than one, multiple partners, right? And they tend to multiply as to like have children, with each other and things, but just one male. In some instances, it might have like one male and about 6 or 7 females. Or I see they would have had like one female with about 4 or 5 males. And they seem to be having a good, oh, look, my guest is here. So tonight I would like to, I would like to introduce Mr. Kevin Herbert. Kevin Herbert, we are live on the Workers' Rights platform. And the topic, because he wasn't here, so let me repeat that again. So the topic for tonight is polygamy relationships. Have you ever had a polygamy relationship, Mr. Herbert? Not what. All right. So if you happen to end up in one of those relationships, how would you function? While you being the man and having multiple wives, do you think you'll be able to function in that style of life?
One out of the 2 guys could end up forming a family. So you have to have financial backends to do that, right? When you have to go into that, right? You have to have the patience mentally, physically to deal with that, right? Because to deal with 3 women at the same time, technically, better you go in the madhouse and work.
Go ahead, Paul was coming.
Yeah, man.
Right, hello?
Yeah, what I said just now?
No, somebody was calling the line. I had to decline the call. Go ahead. Yeah, but let me just add something here, Kevin. Let me just add something here. Now, normally when men end up in a polygamy relationship, that's a fifth swallow, because all you're having multiple wives. So let's picture you end up in a relationship like that, and you would have had the finances to accommodate that lifestyle. How would you deal with that? Because remember, let me say you have 5 wives. You have to have like a schedule how you're going about, because you have to treat everybody
No,
fairly.
yeah.
So
You have to
Monday
treat
for
you.
June, Tuesday is Alicia, Thursday is Michelle. So you have your days, and
The
then these
music, the
wives
music,
tend to.
the
I'm
music drop
hearing
in your
music.
way.
I don't know where that music is coming from. Right. And then now, Herbert, these women and them tend to get jealous, and it tend to cause a little conflict amongst themselves. How are you going about dealing with that? And especially if you're a man,
Right,
you have a nice piece of garden tool.
right. No, you as the man there, I had to be the man. You had to control everything there, right? You
Mhm.
have to control everything. And first to begin, as I say, wives, now, while I say control everything, you have to make it like make your boundaries clear, right? Where they know one party know what it is they're getting into, right?
Mhm.
Not to say that one out of the parties will know what they're getting into. They know what they're getting into. So at the end of the day, right? No one the parties, no one out of the party shouldn't get no hours because they know what they're getting. You know what they was getting into. You understand? So remain fact that I will not have to deal with that headache as a man because I will set my boundaries. You understand? As it's
Mhm.
supposed to be set in certain aspects. I'll make sure and set my boundaries. You understand? And stand my grounds on it. And that's just the whole scene. So in every relationship and every whether it's polyandry relationship or monogamy relationship or what, you as a man have to make sure and set the boundaries and so forth. You understand? So
Okay.
anyone
So
out of the parties come into that, anyone
all
out
right.
of the
So
parties come into that.
for those who not too clear on what a polygamy relationship is, is a polygamy relationship is a marriage system where a person is married to multiple spouses simultaneously, right? There are two main types. Polygamy one man married to multiple women. Polyandry, one woman married to multiple men. So it's vice versa, as we just talked about. So one woman married to multiple men, but she had to be a real queen, boy. I could shake she hand there, boy. And you know what? We are accustomed with the men and them, like for instance, them Muslims. Them Muslim is a kind of polygamy kind of relationship thing, where they would have more than one wives, right? Now, they say it is also practiced in various cultures around the world. So it's a worldwide thing. It's not just in Africa or them other countries. It's all over the place. And I would have seen something on I think it was YouTube sometime back where a man had about 7 wives, right? And each one of these 7 wives would they would have given birth and have children for him, sorry, and they were living comfortable. But in my mind, I saying, well, how that working out? So then he started to explain how he does, his rules and his functions, and it was working out quite fine. But then the people in the neighborhood were, they were quite disgusted with it because they were saying that is what they call this thing, fornication, right? So I want to introduce Mr. Renison Jeffrey. Mr. Renison Jeffrey, good night.
Well, good night, Candice. Well, I would have seen that you would have started off the discussion with polygamous relationships between man and woman and man. Now,
Yes.
I would have seen the broad context that you would have introduced to the topic. But then at the same time, I mean, a polygamous relationship is to the many. I mean, many of the people outside here opted out to go that particular way because of the lockdown thing with certain man and certain woman. There are people that would have now started off to come into a relationship with one another, and the young, and it's something in this society that we are seeing that they are saying that they want an open relationship with with different people, and their point that they are making that they want an open relationship, meaning that they want permission to be with different male entities, seeing that the now start off and the now started off the life and thing. My thing is this concerning that whole situation is it not that dangerous? That is my whole point. I mean, some men may relish at the opportunity as to be with several different men. Sometimes a woman may not ask to be in a polygamous relationship with a man and would have thought, well, me and that man going down die hard, and we go in the full 100 miles, and only she come to realize, wait now, I mean, I am in a polygamous relationship without my approval. I mean, what you think about that, Miss Candice Edwards? Because I see it started
But
going to the subject.
most,
My
most,
partner now
most of
say,
the time, Mr. Renaissance, most of the time, that is what has happened, eh?
somehow I hearing
Just
some
so I
some
don't
repeat.
slow down the device. Most of the times, that is what has happened. You just end up in a polygamy. Most of the time, you just end up in that kind of relationship and you doesn't even know without your consent. And in Trinidad terms, we just call that pawning. You understand? And I don't think for me, that is too much. I want my partner for myself. I am not sharing. Now, although they say sharing is caring, well, I am not caring. If I can't have my whole meat for myself, I don't want it at all. But that is a chip on the shoulder for all your man like that kind of pips. And when a man does that, right, he's a boss, he's a Dan, he's a real G. But when a woman does that, well, actually in Trinidad, they will watch she as a bad person. You understand? They have all different kind of names for her. You understand? So who wants to be in a polygamy relationship? Fine by me. Who comfortable with that? Fine by me. But for me, that is a no-no. But I know many of you men will relish that, because that is most men fantasy. They have more than one wives, and the wives and them giving consent, are actually knowing about each other. Mr. Renison, have you ever had a relationship like that?
Well, thinking about
Well,
something like that on that magnitude, I don't want to jump into to stating that just yet. I want to broaden the topic as to there are many people outside here that don't understand polygamous relationship, and
all
I
right.
want to dive into that part. More importantly, you see, for those that are not who would have now jumped on the live, right? A polygamous relationship. One, I find that not I find it is a school of thought, a matter of fact, that polygamous relationships lower for a woman that in a polygamous relationship lower her value. And anytime a woman would have find herself sleeping around with several different men and other men would have had access to her body, it lower the value of the woman, because what we looking at in terms of a relationship with a woman, we look at value. We look at what we are getting from the relationship. We are looking from the status of the woman. So let me say for instance, I say Nang Baba, and I see my woman as something to, to look up to, and as might see she passing the road. And if I could turn wrong and here, nearly half of the bar was with that woman. Instantly she lost value. Because how you could tell me John see you naked, Henry see you naked, Dyke see you naked. What in that for me to prize? If all these men could have access to you and your body, and you as a woman, what value I could put to this relationship? And there is where it is important that a woman not only keep she dignity, but hold the dignity of the whole relationship altogether. Because when you go around, I mean, in this 20th century, all right, in Africa and places like that, it was a system that was these women would have implemented or imposed on men for their survival. Because where it is one man couldn't handle a household, then a son and a next man would have stepped up to the plate and started to do certain things. But she didn't want to leave the man because she loved the man, or she maybe have children with the man. So she entered different relationship with different men where she could have received different things, gifts, so sexual favor. Sometimes a woman with a man and she have about 5 children with them, and he not too good in bed. And let me be real, a relationship is made up of several different things. Sexual is a major part of it. You connect with the woman, whereas you might be intimate and those set of things. Sometimes the woman, not that she don't love you, but she want to feel that sexual heights, and she's not getting it. Not that she will leave you, but she places herself in situations that will lower the standard of the relationship. So, to sum up what I'm saying here, Candice, you might have a different view, the guest might have a different view, but the salient thing in this part of the discussion is that anytime, I am just saying, in my view, anytime a woman would have placed herself in a situation that she with several different men and other men could come and talk about the relationship. What Jem? I sleep with she last night. Oh, I sleep with she yesterday. That lower the value of the woman. And that is a serious thing. Women should keep their dignity and hold the standard of the relationship, because all right, let me be real. Man like to boast on man. Man like to say what he played. He holding up that and putting that on a pedestal. And look, I was with she last night. Men like to do them kind of thing. So when a woman would have dropped the standard of the relationship, what she is doing to the relationship? What I could say that that this thing is so good to me then. What standard I could hold this relationship to? Candace, I mean, you sit down there, you're listening,
No, I'm listening, I'm trying to soak it in because, and I find that now it is bad on a woman's behalf to be, having with multiple men. And, as a woman, you're supposed to hold hold up your dignity. But then again, I find all it too hard on the woman alone, because when the man and them want to run it red and have all different kind of woman, they John Public will see he like a Dan, and they will watch the woman as a prostitute, or as how we call that hoe. And I find that is unfair. I find it is unfair. I don't know, wasn't the woman had she have a reason why she doing what she doing. You understand? She have a reason why she doing what she doing, and it's not because she wants to do it. So it's a way of survival for her, and there's no hope. And eventually, she come and meet a decent man, and she decide to settle down. So you go deem she as a hoe, a prostitute all the days of her life.
No.
No, that
And
is
and
unfair.
and yes, that's here where I find yes that particular point. And here where is the yes to it, Candice? a woman, as I say, must. Yeah, I mean, anytime a woman go with several different men, her value drop.
Yeah, but what if, what, all right. But what, everybody had a past, you know. Everybody would have had a past in their life. Nobody is squeaky clean, right? It has some would have more men than others. Some would have stick to one man. Some would have keep it until they married and you know on the honeymoon night and give it up. But everybody would have had a past.
Yeah, but when you go with several different men, Candice, wouldn't that not drop your standard? Will that not drop your standard as a woman? Because if 100
I
man could
don't know
say
that. All right, you
he
see, if
sleep
this
with you,
woman was a prostitute, right? Let me say she's a street worker. Let me say she's a street worker and she's doing this thing. I could understand that. But all right, take for instance like me, or not me, but other people who I would have known, right? They would have had two, three partners before they meet the right one and settle down. So then that devalues me because you would end up in relationships and it just doesn't work out and you had to leave. So come on, I find all that be a little too hard on the women. If all they want a virgin, better all they go to God. Because I don't understand that because all the men is not virgin either. All the men are not virgin. So then why be so hard on the women? Now you saying, now I heard you mention that a couple of times, well, eh? You know, you don't want to, anytime you know you're friendly with a woman and she had multiple men, you know, you ain't staying there because, you know, that devalues the woman. But what if the relationships and them didn't work out and she had to get out? Say, well, you're going to label her all the days of her life. What if that woman was a good woman? What if? So you can't really judge.
you
You
see,
can't judge. You can't judge.
no, before I go into our next discussion, remember we have a guest. Kevin, what you have to say to that? You use a man just like myself. I don't want to take the preeminence because I have some shots that I line up here. You understand that when these bullets go out from this gun, it might cause a massacre. The floor is all yours, Kevin. I know what you have to say on this point.
Basic, why? Well, basically, what the the two of you all heading heading a top point and a winning topic, right? But that
Kevin, you breaking up. I figure out
also
you out
very
your
not
door.
what Edison saying, Mr. Jeffrey saying. I understand what Candice Marjorie.
Kevin, your Wi-Fi gives real problems.
Yeah, am I clear now?
I hear you clear.
You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, am I clear?
Yes, I
Middle
am.
part of that wall is speaking about there, right?
Mhm.
Right, but it have a middle part, what all is speaking about, right? Listen, basically what Mr. Jeffrey is saying, he's saying even though he get into a relationship and maybe if maybe he find out the woman had multiple men back in the past, he will get hours off of that and so forth, right? But
Yeah, but the
as
past is the
you have to
past. But the
understand
past is the
too,
past.
the whole scenario and the whole play off of that. Right. Listen, listen. You also say that will be everybody have a past and so forth and take it from on the two side,
Yeah.
right? If the person in a relationship, right? The person in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship, let me say Jeffrey in a relationship, right? And Jeffrey realized this Jeff realized this woman, or I in a relationship and I realize this woman, right, have she have a set of tactics and she have a set of tricks. You understand? I can't really trust you 100% really, and so forth and like that, right? And the relationship always on a kind of ruggedness, as smooth, as rugged, as smooth, as rugged, as smooth. It can be romantic right through,
All right, so let me ask a
right?
question. Can I ask a question? Can I ask a
So
question? Can I ask a
basically,
question?
we had to check. All right, yeah,
All right. Let's say you get into a relationship with a woman, right? And the relationship happens to kick off. It skyrocket off because it's real good. You and the woman could reason, or they understand each other. The sparks flying high, right? And boom, now you come and find out 6 to 8 months down the road that this woman would have had multiple men, right? Before you, would you end that relationship because of that? Are you hearing me? Kevin, are you hearing me? I don't think his Wi-Fi working properly.
but yeah, now
Kevin,
listen,
your Wi-Fi getting real problem.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Did you hear the question? Did you hear the question
How
I
she,
asked you?
what you have to go? Yeah,
This thing giving real trouble.
yeah, in McLean.
Yeah, hearing you now.
Uh, yeah, in McLean now.
I'm hearing you. But I'm not seeing you, but I hear you.
Yeah, in McLean.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. What it is saying just now is according to the type of relationship she was in. Listen carefully, Jeffrey. If she was in a relationship back in the past before me and she had a stable man, but besides that stable man, she had multiple partners. You understand? And nevertheless, them those relationship crash and she end up with me, right? No, you can't really judge the woman off of the past or nothing like that. It's according to the man esteem too and the upbringing and so forth. It have plenty to do with a man background and the upbringing and so forth and how he does think. You understand? If he could be on a forgiving level to say, well, all right, yes, they had multiple partners back in the past. Well, all right, I forgive you for that and whatnot. Let me try and move forward and don't try and move backward. You understand? I could I could still see a little future there according to the individuals, right? So I understand what Jeffrey's saying. On the other hand, with Candace now, right? What you were saying in other words, right? You don't bound to watch the person pass and so forth. You understand? You could just press on to the relationship and what press on for a new and press on to the relationship and forget the woman past and so forth, right? But as Jeffrey said just now, if the woman know she had multiple relationships back in the past, right? It's only fair, right? She disclosed that to the gentleman to the present relationship where she
Yeah,
in.
but let me say
You
something.
understand?
And this,
You understand what I'm saying?
go ahead.
What if she was all right? Let's say she had multiple men in her time she was younger, she was running it red. And she decide now she wants to settle down. And she decide now not to come out and tell you these things because some women will be a bit embarrassed. Right? Now remember, it for a man it ain't gonna look so bad. But this woman would have had reasons why she would have had multiple men. Sorry, multiple men.
Ah, ah.
She would have,
That way it
I would
is.
have had reasons, right? And she decided not to disclose all that information. She decided not to bring out all these skeletons because one, she would have feel ashamed, right? And two, well, she just wants a clean slate. And she naturally and honestly
All right.
wants to do right from the day she met you up until her dying day. She decided, all right, that was my own past life. Let me shut the door on that.
No,
She might have come out if she sleep with 50
All
men.
right, but
She
basically,
might tell you she sleep with 10.
no,
And I
Candice.
figure you should respect that.
No, Candice, you're making a very important point,
no,
and you're skipping over a certain part. The mere factor that what was her motive? What was she motive with having these multiple men? What is a
But
motive? Wait, in being in a polygamous relationship. Now, what are you saying then? Then, at one point in your life, that one man couldn't satisfy you, and anytime a woman would have placed herself in that situation, she can never value you as a man because she never valued herself in the first place. To look at yourself as somebody that is supposed to be a soul, somebody soul concubine or person that she see herself in a particular light as a woman, as somebody that is worthy to have, one man, and we in something and we going down die hard. One by how you say it, like Bonnie and Clyde. But if a woman continually place herself, I mean, she loses value regardless, and that is the result. Now you could misbehave and be a woman to sleep around and do what you want, but you loses value as a woman. How you will feel
I'm
that?
not saying
I mean,
I'm
three or
listening to
four,
me.
let me
Hear
say
me.
100 man
I'm not
had access to you. You
oh
understand,
good.
over
No,
your
come
lifetime.
on, come on. I'm
No,
not
I
saying
mean,
that
let me be real. No,
I'm
anyway,
not saying
let
that
me
the
show you
woman
something. No,
listen to me.
Wait, Candace, because you had to get some pong in. Because if a woman in she 20s, and let me show you how you men need to value these women. If a woman in she 20s and she would have slept with over 15 men, that is not a woman to put yourself with. That can never be a woman to put yourself with.
Yeah,
She
but
would
listen
have,
to me. I
yeah.
don't think, listen to me. Let me tell you some. What if this woman, all right, let's say she had
So,
multiple
Candace, so
relationships,
what you
right?
telling me? Wait. So, what
Let's
you
say
telling
that
me?
this woman,
It's okay for
let's
a woman to
say that,
sleep with
let's
who she
say
want
that
with.
this woman was a good woman. You see, all a
Good.
man like to bring down woman, And I'm sorry, he didn't have another woman here on this thing tonight, because the mere fact, all you hear that Jane had, let me say about 10 man, Jane, that deems Jane to be a hoe.
No,
You understand me?
you see,
What
I raise
if,
a very important point that you do not want to answer. What
wait,
is the motive why this woman end up in a relationship with so much a man? Understand? Because
what if,
you will
what
not understand the dynamics of the person. You go see the type
No,
of
all
individual that
you know
is.
what, they just do there?
Because
All
no,
you
no,
put,
wait, no,
all
I'll
you
tell you
put
it because
Jane in front of a firing squad without a trial and bullet riddle Jane. Because what if Jane was a decent woman and she was just looking for love in all the wrong places?
so all right, well that says something. Now, if you evaluate the situation, Candice, and you would have seen that Jane is easily, so the fences is easily broken. Because you can't tell me I'm 15 men or 20 something men break your defenses. What I'd say about you, that show a
Yeah, but
destabilized
okay,
woman. That
okay,
show a woman that
okay.
don't have no defenses where a man is concerned, and she don't have no intentions in settling down with you.
But that's two different
Come now,
category
man,
of woman you're
Candice.
talking about here. You're talking about a street worker and you're talking about a normal average person who would have had several relationships and it didn't work out. That don't mean to say this normal person
ah,
was a bad woman.
but why? Why it didn't work out? Why it didn't work out? And that is the point. If you could hop from 20 man, why it didn't work out with at least one? That shows something about the character of the individual. All relationship, you could end up in a little problems with somebody. You could end up with it. So if you pass through about 20 something man, would that show about your character? What that show about your resilience to keep a relationship? What that show about the psyche of the
But
individual?
listen to me. What are you hearing, man?
Yeah, we hear
Yeah,
you,
go
Kevin.
ahead,
We
Kevin.
hear you.
Is the amount of women we speaking, is the amount of men we speaking about here, realistically, a woman from the age, a woman aged 30 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where's where's the amount of men we watching here?
No,
At the age, a female at the age 30.
no. Well, let me say, if a woman had 10 man and she at the age 30, I am saying without a shadow of a doubt that is not a good woman to put yourself with. That is I just saying my point. I could talk for myself. If you want to defend that, Kevin, in any other way, you go ahead, partner. That's all I say.
Yeah, but listen to me. A woman, listen to me. But then, Jeffrey, but then you don't believe in love. What supposedly woman? All right, let me say she had multiple men, and she decided to settle down, and she's really a good person. So you would let that, and someone said that is the person for you. You would let that deter you from finding true love?
Now, there is something that I like how I say true love, but there is also true stupidity too at the same time. And if you are seeing a woman changing men just so, I mean, that is why you have to understand the dynamics between what caused the breakups and how she end up in that position. So you can tell me you 30 years and you would have slept with 10 men, and at the end of the day, you telling me you was right in them 10 instances. Now there may be a possibility that this woman was right, and these men would have played this woman, but then again it speak to the psyche of the woman. If
Yeah,
10
but
men could play you, Candice,
these type of
what
women,
I'd say about your
these
psyche? What I'd say about your
men
head?
are listen to me. But so then, why are you men attracted to these type of women? Because man like bad woman,
No,
a man,
a
a
man don't
man
like
will
bad
mash
woman.
up his home.
You see a
A
bad woman,
man
you
will
have no
mash up his
commitment.
home for home.
A
Tell
man
me if I'm wrong.
with a hoe, I'm glad you say that. A man don't have no commitment with
Yes,
a hoe, but a wife, and that's the thing.
but
And
he
I want
will
to
mash
beat
up
her here
his
as a
home.
wife here now.
He
No.
will mash up his home. He
Yes,
will
he will.
leave his wife, turn back on them for a prostitute or a hoe.
And I'm telling you why, Candice. It's not because that he loved the hoe, you know. It's
Some of
because,
them they fall in love. Some of
yes,
them
some of
don't fall in love.
after a while because of the sex. But it's not because he loves she, you know. This girl he have no commitment with she. She not no commitment. Because you can't be having a nagging wife and you paid how much are hundreds of dollars you're carrying she on the you're carrying she out, you're paying all the bills, you're doing all of that, and then she giving you a headache. A man not going through that. A man ain't going through that in this wrongs. So when coming back to the issue with women and the polygamous relationship, anytime a woman could a 30-year-old woman could find herself with over 10 men or 10 men, you understand? That talk about the psyche of the individual. Man was able to break she defenses. She too weak, she too naive. You understand? And she's not good material. Anytime you 30 years, you something wrong. 10 men run through. No. Candace, don't do more that. Don't do more that. Don't do more that. These women had to take legs. Because that showing me you can't hold down a household. That showing me a lot of things. So a woman in a polygamous relationship with different men, she would have, all right, she give up herself and she say, see that I can't get nothing better. You understand? This man, not he holding me I mean I can't get a man to hold me to a certain standard that he willing to keep take care of me. So I go put myself with about 3-4 men. This one go pay my bill, that one go pay my next bill, this one go pay my quartz bill, and so be it. And she live her life. But there is a downside to that. She lower her value, and even if a man decide to to put herself with she. You understand?
No,
When he
no.
watch back that whole trailer, man, she run through. But it's
In
problem,
all fairness, in
problems.
all fairness, in all fairness, you know, it have a downside to that in truth. In all fairness, a woman supposed to, uphold herself and not try not to, go with multiple men. I could relate to that. But again, still, you can't put me to the gallows if it's so, man, because, we all had a past. All your man would have gone with countless women running red. All they have about 99 women. So then it's okay for a woman for a woman to think the same way like how you would think about us then. But a woman who would have had multiple partners, that
You
would say
see,
there's room for.
no,
Go
Candace, wait. I want to answer it. Anything a woman does lose value, a woman does start with value, and she does end up losing it. And she lose these values by being with these multiple men. She lose value. I mean, she lost the elasticity. She bam bam started drop and breast started drop. But a man increase value all the time. So a woman must uphold the value that she would have started off with.
Kevin is trying to say something. Kevin, you see you on this Wi-Fi? You had to fix this Wi-Fi, mister. Kevin, we are not hearing you. Yes, I'm listening. Yes, we are. Yes. Yeah.
Because whereas hitting a point and then you hitting a point. Basically, the two points. Listen to me carefully. You're hearing me clear, right?
Yeah, we are listening. Go ahead.
You're hearing me? Right. The
Yes,
two
we are.
points heading back. Right. The 2 points you all clashing on there, heading back to a part of the Bible. You know that, right?
Say that again.
The 2 points you all elaborating on there.
Uh-huh.
You hearing me?
We are hearing you. Go ahead.
Heading back to a part of the Bible.
Uh-huh.
I said the 2 point apart heading back into a part of the Bible, heading back into a part of the Bible.
Uh-huh.
You hear what I said, right? Right.
Yeah, we're listening.
When when they bring the lady to stone, when they bring the woman to stone her, what Christ come and say?
He who without sin cast the first stone. Not so?
Right. So we talking this now. No. I hear the two sides. So I gonna say something. So I can't take no side because as a judge here, right? I take the evidence on two sides. But really and truly, I gonna give my elaborate now and give my judgment. You hear me?
We are listening.
Right. Really and truly, if a
Candace, we ain't hearing about at all. I mean,
How is his Wi-Fi signal on his end?
it didn't. It not. It well, he drop off here, you know.
Well, let him. There's no way he could call in and talk. But this kind of frustrating, you know. But
Yeah,
nonetheless,
yeah, yeah. I understand how it might be a little frustrating, in truth.
let us continue the conversation. Now I know, yes, a woman would have. It will look bad on a woman's behalf the fact that she would have had multiple men. Some do it by choice, right? Some they didn't have a choice. Some do it by choice. But I believe, you're not supposed to hold a woman at ransom for that. Because people, when you're young, you just live a carefree life. You live a certain type of life. And when you get young in age, you want to
Now
settle down,
listen, yeah,
right?
and
We get him back. Yes.
yeah, and
Kevin, we're not hearing you. Your Wi-Fi signal is dropping really, really bad.
yeah, and
Mr. Yeah, we're hearing you. Mr. Ransom, is there any way he can just call
yeah, and
in
me.
without, yeah. Is there any way he could call in?
Yeah, it can a little frustrating how we think it. Send I don't know if I can get back in number. Let me see if I see number.
All right, let me just see if I can find
You
the
hearing me?
number.
One saying you
Hold on
hearing me?
here.
Or you hearing me?
We hearing here, but you're coming in and out. Your Wi-Fi signal is really, really terrible.
What
Hold
kind of
on.
phone you have with us?
So we still have a top of the line phone. But it's nothing to do with the phone, okay? It's the signal. Your signal,
No,
when
I
we
say, I mean, hear me phone. What you always doing? Digicel or be mobile?
well, I'm a
What is
Digicel.
Digicel or be mobile?
I'm Digicel, but your signal,
Right. So
the
you see,
signal,
we have to move on with the programming because at the same time, I mean, we have some people listening. We go try to see if you could call him. Candice, what you have to say concerning this whole situation?
my thing is this. As Kevin would have said, he who without sin cast the first stone. Nobody life is squeaky clean, right? Because everybody would have had a past. And even if, what if that woman she was a prostitute, she had 99 men, what if she was really a good person? And she happened to meet somebody, and decide to settle down. What if the relationship that she was building with that individual start to go real good? What do you expect? For the man to just come out and just leave the woman because he or she was with multiple men? What if the woman was good? I find all them men on this thing, all they are a little too hard. I ain't saying that, she's squeaky clean, and I ain't saying that she's right for what she did. But at the end of the day, everybody have a past. Everybody had a past. So you can't just judge people just like that. Yes, she might have sleep around for whatever reason. She might have really, do hard fun time. But at that time, people don't settle down because all a man does do it too. I'm not trying to justify her actions. Let us say she was right for sleeping with the whole neighborhood, Tom, Dick, Harry, and his brother and 5 cousins. But at the end of the day, everybody had a past, and bird fly high and then soon come down to die. So cut the woman some slack because when all the man run it red as it all kind of woman, nobody are judging all you. But I've got Mr. Herbert number.
Yeah, I give him a call at this moment.
Right. He's not answering.
Right, as I said. I hear what you're saying, Candice. I understand what you're saying. I
Yeah,
understand
but
what
you
you're trying
can't
to
leave your
say.
hand
But
on
at
the
the same
woman,
time,
man.
Candice, when women sleep around, they lose value. Women that start with value.
Yes, they
Men
do.
that gain
I'm
their
not saying
value
no.
going along. And anytime a woman continue to sleep around in relationship, she lose value regardless of what. That is why she virginity supposed to be a prize thing. You can't go ahead and sleep around all over the place. Sleep with Tom, sleep with Tarzan and all. And then when you're done, you're coming to sleep with me. You understand? And I must take you wholly and solely. Nah, that can't be. You can't put
I am
yourself
not
outside there.
saying
You are a woman can't push herself
yes,
outside there with this one and that one. Oh, she was in heat and she feel to just jump on a man just so and game it. And you jump on the next one and you game it. Now, if you evaluate these people and them that she would have dealt with over the years, you understand? And you saying, wait now, she was with this man. And you watch the character and the nature of the man. And you watch, hey, she was with that man too. And you watch the character and the nature of the individual.
all right. So here,
Now,
hear me,
when
hear
you
me.
watch the character and the nature of these individuals and them, and you evaluate and you put yourself with this individual, what that say about you? What that say about you? So you not only
Yeah,
have
but
to watch
all
the
right.
person that you sleep around with, you have to watch
Let me
she
agree.
for your own self.
Let us
You have to watch
agree.
her psyche. You have to watch how she deal and operate. You have to watch that. You can't put that
All right.
aside
Let
and
us
say, boy, it's nothing that she sleep with 15 men and I go put myself with she. No, 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 no.
all right.
Nah.
Let us agree to disagree. All right. When getting into a relationship, one must do a little background check because you can't tell me after you get in the relationship and the woman probably could real cook, she could real
That
clean,
is
she
not
could
something you're
real
supposed to be
cover.
watching, Candice. That is not something you're supposed
Wait,
to be
I'm not
watching.
finished. I'm not finished. She must be real good in bed because you know she would have had all those practice in the years gone by. And then when you find out about her background, you want to leave her. So then, to prevent all of that, nobody is perfect. You cannot judge anybody. He who without sin cast the first stone. Do your little investigation because I'm not here as I say trying to justify a woman sleeping with multiple men is right, you know. Everybody would have had a past, right?
And your
She could have had
future. Hey, so what you trying to tell me, Candice? So out of everything, I mustn't judge everything. I mustn't judge people based on the past. So why I should judge them on? And that is the thing
what
about this
I'm
thing in society.
what I'm
There are
saying
women
is
outside here wanting to say take them without a matter of fact, without criterias. You cannot take a woman or love a woman without criterias. So were you telling me I must put down my guard and say, yeah, let me don't say that, let me don't have a criteria? And one of the criteria is this: anytime a woman engaging in these kind of sexual illicit behavior, that tell you something about the individual. So
right, and that is why
anytime a woman
that
having a
is
relationship
why
with, I
that is
realize,
why
Candice,
Mr. Leonard,
this point coming close to you because you want to defend a woman promiscuous behavior. You want to defend
I am not
a
I
polygamous
am not
relationship that woman does want to exercise on men. And I am
I
saying,
am not trying
no,
to
men shouldn't
justify.
take that.
I am not trying to justify. I am not trying to make the woman look like you know what she did was wrong. I'm not trying to do anything of the sort.
Right. So,
What I'm
so,
saying
so,
is
so you tell me then. So, a woman having sex with several different men, isn't that not dropping her value as a woman? Come on, we have to be
yes,
real.
it is. Yes, it is.
So
I'm not
what
going
is
from
that
the
for you to
point and
defend,
saying
Candice? Where is that for you to defend?
I realize you see this topic. This topic how you real hyper tonight.
No, no.
But
Well,
let me tell you something.
you know why
Let me
this
tell you
topic I'm
something.
hyper? A
I'm
certain
not.
man would have met me in point 14 today,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, me and he would have had a serious conversation, and he would have told me, well, I would have mentioned the topic to him that we're gonna have this afternoon here, and he would have spoken explicitly, and he said, I mean, he don't see why a woman will intentionally drop her value. Most of the time, a woman in a polygamous relationship with men and men accept that these men are beta males. They have no other choice than to put themselves in a particular situation. These imps, baby men, we just call them. And anytime a woman not telling a man that she know these men and them not going and take that, They ain't going and take the being in a relationship with a woman and the doing them all kind of different things.
Well,
What that
that is
say,
why you have to do your little background check before you get in.
right? But
Because that's the point I keep
bypassing
arguing
the
with.
background check,
Now,
what that say about the woman that engaging in this kind of behavior? Come on, let me be real. What that say about
all right,
the woman?
it is not right. It is not right
No,
for a woman
you
to be
see,
with
mixing
partners
up the two
because,
things,
as
and
you say,
I ain't talking right and wrong, but what I'd say about the individual, what I'd say about the woman that engaging in this behavior, what I'd say about the
well, she's
psyche of
devaluing
the woman.
herself. She's devaluing herself, right? People will watch at her different. That is why, you see, people nowadays, long time people used to court, right? They're getting to know each other. But nowadays, men don't do that. They don't court, they don't have time for courting. They meet a woman, they get in and they start, do big people thing. They go out and it's when you're going down the road now, then you realize this is what's going on with this individual. And then they're looking to jump out. Some might stay because why? Yes, she might have been a hoe back then, but she's a lady now. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't change because it will bring some kind of doubt in your mind. You'll be asking yourself, I wonder how much man passed day, boy. It is not right for what she did, but at the end of the day, you cannot hold her at ransom. What if, what if, what if, Tole man, for me tell only a woman had more than one partner, like only tell only self, only alone, so meet it first and get to beat it out first. And after that, only could beat on the chest and go ahead.
You see, Candice, that is not the point. The point is this. Anytime I see a woman, I want to see a woman with dignity and with class, and a woman that uphold herself to the highest standard and will not fall prey to several different men underneath several different circumstances. You only go into a relationship, a woman must only go into a relationship if she is serious. A woman mustn't fall prey to somebody the fancy talk a man might say. And if you are allowing yourself, or if you would have gotten fooled, I mean, if a woman make one mistake like that, yeah, I could understand. If she make two mistakes, I could still understand. But not 5 and 6 going down the line. From the time a woman would have reached a threshold of 10 men, she would have developed something in which we call preference. She would have rather and prefer you lie down on your bed and you prefer that man. You had preference, I prefer this. I prefer a man with this. I prefer, and she will not develop the critical thing that she would have needed in a relationship. You understand? And that is what? Contentment. Sometimes a man might be seen about your bills, about the children, and he may not be able to be performing in bed. But if she sleep around with enough men to develop preference, she go know, hey, this man here, nah, he making it sexually. So I will go outside there and I will sleep around. You understand? Because she would have developed something that I call preference. She didn't develop love. She didn't know about contentment. He doing this, he doing that. I am contented to be in this relationship. No. She push herself out there and she decide, well, to do acrobatics.
Technically, he started.
Yeah, Candice, I mean,
I still
yes, she
find,
get
I
options,
still
so, but you're
find,
correct, she get options. Options she get.
I,
And you
I
see,
still find all they
we as
coming down a
men,
little too far.
Candice, wait. We as men must not accept these things from women. We must say, no, we're not taking it. We must not take this type of nonsense. A woman sleep around with 5 and 6 and 7 different men, and we accept that. No, we mustn't take that. We mustn't take that as men. If a woman
Yeah,
decide to do that, she
Yeah.
must stay doing that. If she must show me, if she reach into a position like that,
Hello.
she must be going to church and change her life, and she must forget about it. Like how Christ say, or you forgetting this part, go and sin no more. Don't go with the men and them. You become celibate because
What
you
do I
would
do?
have done. Not only that,
What do I
Robert, go
do?
ahead, Robert.
What do I
Yeah,
know?
we hear you.
Go ahead.
The
Yes, we hear. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Something I was gonna say. Something. Something I was
But
gonna say.
all right, by the time you're trying to remember, let me tell you something, Mr. Robert. I understand all what you said, right? But at the end of the day, I find all you're coming down a little too harsh.
And this
Because if a woman would have
is not
had to say
about
about
being
five
harsh,
to
it's
six
about
months,
being real.
Yeah, well,
that gives her hope.
I remember.
Oh God, but you're sticking it frustrating. You're sticking.
With me here,
Your Wi-Fi real sticking
oh, yeah,
you know.
McLean now.
Your Wi-Fi real sticking you. I still find all they coming out.
Yeah, in now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in McLean now.
Yeah, oh God, Kevin, yes.
Jeffrey says Jeffrey says something just now, and it now sound realistic to my ears. From from time you cross 5, 6, me and why again. Yeah, no?
But we tell you across 5, 6, you don't want she again.
From time nah, because all right. What let me say for she at the age 30 years, right? That is the time from 18 years to 30. Right? From 18, 19, 20, 21. That time is supposed to be, enjoying yourself so forth. Right? From about 20, from 24, 25, 26, you might engage in certain things. I just going back a little old school. I just saying, right? Listen, right? So if you could have from that age, from 18 to 30, you had 5 man already. You understand? It kinda set in a kinda red light in a kinda way.
You see,
Yes,
and the thing
listen,
about
I
it is
agree.
Yeah,
this:
man.
Candace is not paying cognizance to that.
Just now,
Candace decide to
I am
just
saying no.
All you just
I am
now.
saying no. But what if?
what
And
if,
I'm finding you're
what
going to
if,
have man here, where the woman and them are not seeing these women, and these women are going into hiding is gang up on Candace night or what? Come on, this is not Bacchanal Saturday, this is gang up on Candace Saturday. Because it have a lot of men here and these men and them keep bashing these women. Come on, no, listen to me.
No, Candice. No,
I understand.
we're not bashing
Listen
all
to
the
me,
other
I'm
here,
on my
man.
legs. I'm on my legs, let me speak. I understand it is wrong. While it is wrong, because you're devaluing yourself, but what if life would have handed her, you know, a bed of sorrows, and she catch herself by the time she reached the seventh man. But bearing in mind that this woman is a good
Right.
woman, his circumstances would have had her how she is.
Candace? Yeah, what going on? Somebody asked
I'm
me
fed
this.
up with both of
No,
you.
no, I had to put you on the pump
No,
because I talked to I
I
see
can
a
still
comment from Abby
understand.
just now, but just now, Candace, you will allow your son to marry a man or a woman that in she 30s, let me say 33, 34, that have over 15 men? I just asked that question. Just that's all.
I will
Candace,
base it.
Huh?
But I'm not finished. Let me finish. I will base it on the individual.
No,
oh good. This woman different. Candace, will you allow your son to marry? Let me be real. The the
well,
the,
it's,
the, the, the,
as I,
the apple of your
What
eye.
if, what if this woman
No, don't
is a
don't
good
answer
woman?
the
What
let me
if she
stick
was
Candace, let
no
me stick to the
man?
point. Are you willing to take that chance with your son? You understand? Your son bring home a woman to you. You understand?
I
And
cannot judge her. I cannot judge her.
Let me finish this
I
story.
cannot judge her. What
And
I
this,
could judge is what this the milk got all beat me up all how let
no,
me
but
talk now.
Candace, you ain't waiting for me to bring the point home. You see, you're trying to think to stop the point from coming. But
I cannot judge the woman. What if all right, she was bad then, but
I ain't
she's a
talking
good
about the
woman
what
now.
if. I ain't
What
talking
if
about
this
the what
woman
if.
treating my son
Ca-
good?
Candace, if a woman, if your son bring a woman home, you understand, your son, your son, and he told you, he said, "Mommy, um, there's my woman here," and he would have left and gone in the room. And you sit down with this girl and you say, darling, you look familiar, you know. But anyway, um, how much sexual partners that you was ever with? And she would have said, Moms, I had 15 sexual partners, you know. And then knowing your son age, and she around the same age group, and she telling you, Candace, but I love your son. Will you encourage your son to marry an individual like that? Let me be real. We being
No, I
real,
will
straightforward.
encourage marriage just I will not encourage marriage just yet.
All right. Will you encourage marriage? Just said. The next question: will you encourage your son to be with a woman like that, knowing that she was with at least 15 sexual partner? And be careful how you answer in it, because let me hit your hand. Let me hit your hand before you decide, because I know you're going to say yeah. Now, if the answer is yes, Candice, knowing your profession and where you are working, I want to know how that by now. I don't say what to say. You go ahead and answer the question. Will you encourage something like that?
You know, listen to me. I don't
Beating
believe
around
in
the bush.
judging. I don't. You see, how are you quiet, mom? So tonight, only asking me questions and I'm trying to answer to the best of my ability. In all fairness, and you and Herbert tag team. Come on,
Candice,
I will not
the
judge the
truth,
person. I am
the
not going
truth
to
need
judge
no
that
defense.
woman.
The truth need no defense. All you have to do is turn it loose. I want to know if you will give the child that you would have spent a whole 9 months.
I listen to me.
You
I would
understand?
have listen to me. All parents does want the best for the children. All parents, right? All parents want the best for their children, right? But what if this young lady, I cannot judge her. I cannot judge her. And I will not judge her. What I will judge, I will pay close mind and close attention. From the time that I meet with her, she would have introduced herself to me and my family. I would start to try on she know because come on,
So
with my
Candice,
son now, you would have had
so
a
can
pass. The pass is the pass.
Candice,
So we tell them because a woman had 15, 20 man, she could take she and show she did as well.
no, what I am saying about this, Candice, is
Or condemn her.
what you would have just done there, Candice. You would have exposed your child to sexual diseases that could possibly kill him. And I want to see your son and tell him what his mother now talk on the show. Because what you telling me is that if he would
But
pick
what
up
if she
and
doesn't have
contract a
what
sexual
now,
disease,
man?
come now, man, Candace, I'm a woman who have
No.
what about 15 men open up herself and other men who she continues to sleeping with, the sexual relationship, we could possibly kill the boy. We could possibly kill somebody. No, we have to be real. There is a
What
health
if
hazard with women that have
unable
about
woman a
15 and
chance
more than
boy?
10 man. There's a health hazard and there's a bonding hazard, because where it is, she would have been able to bond properly where she have about 2 or 3 sexual partners. She know, or she grateful. If a woman have over 5, 6 men, she becomes a person that is difficult to bond with, and you would have now talk about courting. Don't do that. We have to be real outside here. You know. I know woman use a woman, and that is closely in relation to the species
Yeah, but I
that you
don't
are
believe
dealing
in
with.
judging
But we
people.
have to give Jackie jacket. Anytime a woman crossing all kind of 5 and 6 partner, she is no longer a good choice to be with. Die facts. Die facts. A woman had to go through a certain stage. You see, women jump from relationship to relationship. Hardly ever hear us get a woman going through introspection, saying down and thinking about she mistakes that she was in. Every woman that I went with, and my friends and them went with, none of them, all of them always right. The man was always the bad man. You understand what I mean? The man always bad. These women and them making out themselves to be superheroes, even better than Superman. And we have to understand that anytime a woman would have reached that point that she would have had over 5, 6, 8, 10 men, she's emotionally damaged, and it's a very, you're going to take a very long period to fix a woman like that. And the minute you feel you can fix a woman like that, you going to end up in serious problems. Real serious. So half of the problems now in
I
society
still wasn't
is when
even
men
judging
accept
people.
these kind
Not
of things
because
without
I am a
standards.
woman, not because I am a woman, I want to take for woman. The Bible said, "He who without sin cast the first stone." A woman could have 99 man beating, as Abby say, beating out she walls, the walls must fall down. You understand me? But what if that woman must have got is a woman and circumstances were had her like that?
she she need to do what Jesus would have instructed in the Bible and go and sin no more. That's what she need to do.
Well, what
She
if she
need
not
to
sinning no
go.
more? What if she decide to
Well,
done away
right.
with that
That
life?
means
Right?
giving up. That means giving up yourself to a nunnery and study what
Well,
going on.
listen
Let
to
me
me,
be read.
listen to me. All right, yeah, no?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you, Kevin.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
man. I'm not bashing nobody, but all right, you decide if you decide to settle down with me when you reach the I see 8 person. Why you couldn't settle down when you reach the second, the third, the 4th person?
What if it wasn't her fault?
Yeah, man.
What if it wasn't her fault that the
I
relationships and
all right.
didn't
Let
work?
me let me let me tell you from experience.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, you know what I'm telling you?
Yes, I'm listening.
We know basically that is what the woman does say is the men fault, men fault, men fault. Technically, I just call them narcissists, right? Because sometimes women create a problem and the man give a reaction. And when the man on the basis of the man reaction, sometimes the woman does feel the man still get no horse off of that. You understand? You see, sometimes women do things and do expect man to get hers off her wherever she do and so forth, right? Nevertheless, right, a man has to know what he wants. Yeah, man?
Yeah, hearing you.
Right, a man has to know what it is he wants. If a man know he want a certain type of woman, all right, we never deal up with no certain man and right, and that he had to look for that. If a man know he could settle with a woman who maybe had multiple partners back in the past, he had to know what it is he wants. You understand? But at the end of the day, right? As a man, as human, you will watch at certain things in certain aspects and certain ways, right? And no average man will watch at certain things. He will be picky with certain things when coming to a woman. You understand? That is based on the upbringing, based on the esteem and so forth, right? And that's some men will just all right. If a woman had multiple men back in the past, they wouldn't get no results for that. That is back in the past. You understand? So it's two set up. You can't get away from it. It's something you can't get away from. You cannot get away from. All you hear, clear, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Candace. right? It's something you can't get away from, right? It will have some men who will get on horse off of it. I will have some men will be picky about it, right? And as I say it and I will say it again, you cannot get away from it. You understand? So if a man
Yeah,
know he cannot
it's a give
deal
and
with it,
take. It's a give and take. Have
he wouldn't
some
get
men
in,
they
don't get
prefer not.
into it. Right?
There are some men that prefer not to go with women like them, and there are some men they just naturally, you meet up with somebody. Yes, she would have had a bad past life,
All right.
but she's really a good
And I would
person.
right, and I would tell you something too. It has some women that naturally go out there and play this self, get bang up all home, and then they come into they want to come to a decent, they want to come to a gentleman then, right? And want to control that gentleman life. I have a problem with that. You hear me, right?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Hello. Yeah. Right. So this what we saying here, basically what we saying here, we will be just we will be just all right, like the lion and the tiger battling. It will be just a battle to try to see, you understand, for somebody to say, well, all right, I win or I understand what you're saying. Right? That will be a battle because due to the nature, due to the nature of the topic, it could be a battle because one party could be saying, all right, forgiveness, and the other party could be saying, well, all right, I ain't going through that. You understand? So you can't give a woman wrong, you can't give a man wrong. So on the two sides, right? You have to narrow it down. You have to narrow it down. If you don't want to get in, you do get in. If you want to get in, and you can deal with it, it's quite well and good.
Now,
You understand?
now,
But what has
Kevin,
gone, I
Kevin,
understand what Jeffrey's saying. No, just now. That's now. I understand what you're saying in a sense, right? Basically, what you're saying in a sense, right? Men doesn't like to know, right? They have a woman, all right. If she had a man back in the past or two man back in the past, it's okay, right? But men doesn't like to know, all right. Woman had a battalion a man back in the past, and I I come after. So in the mind, all right. The men and them open up my woman. Well, she will get damaged up. Then she coming back to me, right? So it does be a realistic and an ego thing sometime in certain aspect. So as I say, right, it had the men to deal with it, bring the horse off of it, and had the men when you cannot deal with it. You understand? So it's something you can't really fight because it's something you will keep meeting. Because even this younger generation coming here right now, right? They lash up hell. These young girls lash up hell, right? And do expect the way how the place going now, do expect for you to meet when I'm a young fella now. He's all 20 years. I've only reached 30 years. He end up with a woman, a young girl. Do expect she to have less than 5 men back in the past. You understand? So, as I say, it's what you could deal with and what you can't deal with.
you see, at the end of the day, we have to agree to disagree. No? There's a right way and there is a wrong way. And if a man is godly and he's a man thinking about and does read the Bible, there is a right way and there is a wrong way. Now, let me start a lady foundation here.
Right. I know that.
No, we had to deal with the right way and the wrong way, because if we can go down that road, people people will think what is right in their own mind, they must continue. At the end of the day, God would have destroyed a whole nation, would have flooded the world with water for sexual sins that would have taken place. When man started lying down with man, it was an abomination. Man with woman, woman. And there is something When you sin in your body, what it has caused a woman's value, and I would have seen that here in the comment. A woman's value is based on her sexual mark. And anytime you have in a woman that have a severe sexual mark outside here, and it is not being dealt with within a particular way, and she feeling that she must continue doing certain things, and it wouldn't have a stigma, we are totally wrong some way. Women must keep their sexual dignity, and in turn it add to the man value, because when Abraham was going and give up Sarah, God would have sent plagues in those timings, so the king could not have interfered with the man wife. When a woman giving up herself to several different men and having herself in a polygamous relationship, and if you was a man and you accept that something wrong with you, and anytime a woman would have crossed,
Who is
well,
that, me?
no, well, man are talking about in general. If you just want to just sleep around with a woman and that has something serious and you want to give in, that is your problem. But anytime you decide to take something seriously with a woman and a benchmark would have done cross 10 and going, you in some serious problem. Imagine the psyche of that individual. Imagine that. That is something we can't
Now
escape.
with me when it with, with me when with me when it costs five, I just you hearing me?
Yeah, we are here, and I find you should talk the truth. Come on. If the
But
cross five, what but come on, let me know. We here, you know.
no, but
We here, It just,
no,
it's just that sometimes it does have a
yeah,
little delay, but
I
we
was
here.
talking. I talking the truth, but me from time it costs five, I do really much up it here, right? So, but what that is I'm saying, right? Something we will always have to deal with, and we will can't change. There is a system you can't change because the way how it is. You understand? But
But
what could happen,
from
right?
your domain, right?
Men just have to men
But from your
no
domain, if a
listen.
woman cross,
Men just have to know.
if a woman cross 5 man, what do you think what is going on with your brain? You feel she could hold a relationship?
Technically, if a woman cross five, let me say 6 men, right? Basically, what has gone, right? She wouldn't want to hold long a relationship. She would want to hold long relationship. She will be picky with certain men. You understand? She will be picky with certain men, right? And you'll find what has gone. You will find now with that in that aspect, right? The she when we if she have a man presently, she wouldn't really able to respect that man as
Oh,
a man,
oh.
right? And to say, well, I could listen, I could take instructions from that man and so forth. You understand? Because right, she know basically she have some called options. You
Oh.
understand? And when a woman have options, you when a woman have options, it's hardly likely she will respect the sole present man, what she dealing with. You understand? And this basically the mistakes some women does make, right? If they have a man, they want to tell the man they have this next person is a friend, and Jeffrey is a friend, and Ted is
So
the
Herbert,
friend. They understand that
so
the
Herbert,
mistake women
so
does
what we
make.
should say, Herbert,
Yeah.
when a woman have these type of men, we could safely say, Herbert, that these women are no good then. I mean, let me come down to the conclusion. Let me not beat wrong the bush. Let me come to the
Yeah, just
conclusion.
to,
What we can say
yeah,
about the
Like
just to,
psyche
like
of these
just,
people.
right,
somebody
just,
damage you, boy, because you real harsh, you know. So there's no room for forgive. Even if this woman
Jeffrey,
would have
just
had
now,
a
No,
let me
past
explain
life.
this.
Candace,
So,
God kill our whole entire
so I'm
world
telling you,
for
my time to
sexual
talk.
immorality. And that is why talking about God was
Jeffrey,
harsh.
all ain't give me time. All ain't give me time to talk at all, boy.
No, but Herbert, what you have to say about the psyche of
Wait a
somebody?
second.
So let me be real. What you have to say about the mindset of an individual that would have changed so much men?
All right, all right. Listen to me. We as men, no, it has some women does let you know. All right, I have I have a man dealing with, or I have two men dealing with, or so forth. That's some women that tell you, right? It has some women don't tell you, but as man, when you start to talk, when you start to talk and deal with a woman, you
Herbert,
understand?
Herbert, you're running
It have
from
a,
the
as
you're running
men,
from the
you just have
conversation,
to know
Herbert.
down some
What about the
certain
psyche of the individual that conducting relationship like that? What going on with the mentality of the person? But sometimes we had to come to that. What going on with the mind of a woman that finds herself in this relationship? What you think going on inside the head, the brains, the mind, the mindset?
right, but I'm right. That's what I'm now explaining to you, Jeffrey, and you cutting me, right? That's what I'm now explaining to you, right? What has gone? These men does know. It has some men does know, right? This woman have other partners. You understand? So basically, you can't give the woman wrong because a woman which is a receiver. We understand some women will have no limit on receiving. You
So, but so what you
understand?
telling me? A woman into right
The
head
overseas
by
are
having
showing you.
5 and 6 men? Come on, now,
So
man, Herbert.
it's these men, the who is I just call them simp men, are soul men, right?
How about when you're breaking up, you gotta go on pause. No, let me tell you this. I
So that the same thing they can bring over every and make sense. Like what's up? No, it's like if I can say,
how about
yeah,
the Wi-Fi even problems?
yeah, look at this.
I'm now hearing you. All right, so we seem to would have lost Herbert.
You see,
Hello?
Candice, I mean, hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You see, at the end of the day, I hear Herbert argument. Herbert argument is that let me blame the men for women sleeping around with 5 and 6 different men. And what I am saying is no, that is not true. You see, that statement that Herbert made there, the amount of men
Hmm.
kill themselves for that. Because these women and them who have no standard, who decide to hold themselves to no standard, they are sleeping around with several different men and then coming and tell the man is your fault at doing that. And men killing out themselves. The species of men have been depleted for statement like that, and I cannot support that. We must understand. Watch me. A woman
Where is that?
that having several different men, you see, we have to go into the brains of that individual. We have to understand what making a woman, what can make a woman do that. And when we strip away that from the mind, we must that when we go know the type of individual they are. And there is no defense to that. There is no defense to the truth. The type of the mindset of individual like that is going to have
Yeah, I'm Jeffrey.
a different. Yeah, but I hear you. Yeah, but I hear
Is
you.
that is base now for a woman to go right for a woman to do that to have multiple men, That is based on certain things. If you have a low esteem, if she have a low esteem, right? She had a hard
Of
upbringing,
course.
right? She was being right. She was being with when she was at a tender age, right? She get no certain affection and love either from both parties, mother or father. You understand? So you'll find she will start to cling on to men, you understand, as a role model because she didn't have that when she was small, right? So these men now, with the experience, start to take advantage of the individual. Some of them will start to watch it in them
So
ways too.
so but
You
so but we're
understand?
saying then that
And
a woman
it
is
has some
a,
women
a
too
woman that doing
that
that is damaged product then.
oh God, don't be so harsh, man.
No,
Well, boy,
Yeah, that to be you hearing me?
yeah, we hear you, but
That's
and
Jeffrey?
yeah, we hear you. I mean, we have to understand that I damaged product.
All right. If you want this, because technically she could be emotionally damaged. She will be mentally damaged in a sort of way. You understand? So that what I say is a upbringing from small. You understand? But what it is I just say, right? I wouldn't blame that on your upbringing or so forth because they get at a tender age, you get big, you get mature. You understand? You know to revise and reverse certain things in your life. You understand? So if you reach at a certain age and it's still going down that road, then that is how it is.
You see,
You
yeah,
understand?
yeah, but we understand and you know we digress a little bit. You see, at the end of the day, a woman sexual sins or promiscuity, one we could agree to disagree. It lower her value in terms of where other men is concerned because if the product if the supply of the product is so constant and you can get it anytime, you have no value for that. Let me be real. If Lamborghinis was like B14 and B15, nobody would want no blasted Lamborghini. You understand what I'm saying? You can be putting out yourself in a particular
Yeah.
way right through. And then at the end of the day, you want a man to come and scrape you up of the ground and find he must cherish you and put you back up on a shelf. No, it was your choice. It was your choice. And if you would have found a relationship, which is very rare, I don't want to go in and mash up all of them. But in rare circumstances, you may find a woman that was in a situation in which she may have a little father issue, family issue, and she is willing to accept that you are going on something is wrong with me, and I feel if we could work on it together, I may be able to be in a particular mind frame that I could entertain a positive relationship. Because there are females outside there that give the man hell. And the man sometimes wondering, hey, what went on here, boy? And they would have had issues from the past. There are women, their issues spill into relationship because they don't know how to separate. This is a different relationship now. So women jumping from
No,
relationship to relationship.
Jeffrey, stop acting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
listen. I listen.
Jeffrey,
Yeah, I listen to it.
um, a man can give a woman can give a man hell, you know. A woman can give a man hell, you know. You hear me, Jeffrey? Candace,
listen to me. I give Ollie enough chance to talk and I listen to the both sides. And I still going to maintain the fact, right? A woman out there sleeping with multiple men, right? Eventually, she did decide to settle down. I don't believe you should judge her because you may not have known the circumstances in which that whole scenario, that part of her life, you may not have would have understand. Now, why I agree and I understand this point, you do not want a woman that had multiple partners. Let me say, well, cross five, yes, 5 or 6, right? That is you. And I respect that. I respect that. And if I tell you, well, you know, you're harsh and whatever, I respect that. But what if there are men, a man and one bounce up, and it's like she had a past, he had a past, and they come together, become one, and the relationship work out, and they making each other happy. So then, because she had a bad past, you will hold that over she head and deem she as a whole a prostitute because why? Yes, a woman supposed to know her value. Yes, come on, we know all of that. A woman kitty is
No,
her
not
prized
really.
possession, right? A woman kitty is her prized possession. Yes, we know all of that. But you will put her gun to she head and pull the trigger for that? Nah. Well, I am really, really sorry. I'm sorry. I don't share the same views at all, yeah? All they can shoot me down, all they can say what all they want. I believe everybody would have had a past. The past is the past. If you, when you're getting and you continue to do it, you see, if you continue doing it, you find a good man and the man accept you for who you is, for what you was doing, and you decide, well, all right, that was then, this is now. Anytime that was then, this is now, and you continue doing that was then, and you bring it in the future, well, then I have a problem with it. I
Candice,
will have a problem with that.
Candice, you are using euphorisms and you are
Yeah, yeah.
using you are using minimizers as to prove your point. See, at the end of the day, point is not we go put a gun to she head in it. It's not that. We will put I
Yeah,
want to
but
put a I no
they don't sentence the woman to
I
jail already without a
no
trial.
I want to put a Bible in she hand. That is what I want to do. I don't want to put no gun to
Yeah.
she head. I want to
This
put a
is
Bible in she hand and let she know she would have sinned and she need to pack up and sit back. Because watch me, let me tell you something. You see, there are women in past that would have destroyed men lives by being with them, because they would have transferred something onto them. You see, let me show you something. Let me go into it. There's a woman in history that are called Lola Montez. She would have destroyed kings. She would have destroyed thousands of men. You know why? Lola Montez would have had a problem that that when she put herself with a new person, the men now would have identified with that person and would have taken on she sorrows and she problem. You see, let me show you something. You see, there's a certain type of woman that does keep you restless. The unhappy and the unlucky woman. It's not that they're naturally unhappy and unlucky, you know. They are drawing that onto themselves by their personality. When a woman looking for trouble, always arguing with you seen it among she co-workers, you seen it among she friend, you seen it among she family. And then here what has happened? She encouraged you through a kind of emotional infection that you start to identify with she now and start to fight she battles and the people start to fight you. So Lola Montez would have take down I mean kings. There was a king that they called Frederick Ludwig. He take it down. The people would have beheaded him. And anytime you have a woman that is emotionally unstable, and trust me, anytime they hitting 9 and 10 man, you know that is a heavy indication that that is somebody that have that kind of power, that she become a type of person. So you end up with she don't study here. The people in the area don't like me, and you would have take on problems that is not even self yours and not her own, because she would have paint a picture and start to believe in it and share it with you, and you start to believe in it. And then here what started to take place now. You started buying the fights, the phantoms, and that would destroy you. So a woman that would have cost 9 and 10 man She emotionally unstable. And when you would have peer into the psyche of the individual, you would have see a woman that's saying, hey, I'm wrong. This man wrong. That man wrong. This man, I try this, I think. And she would have dropped her standard so low and would have raised her ego so high and encourage you in a foolish fantasy that you could end up losing your life because a woman like that could chain you up to rob a bank. A woman like that could chain you up to do something foolish. So anytime a woman crossing 5 and 6 and 9 and going and counting, ask yourself, hey, do I really want to be in a relationship with a woman like this? Ask yourself, what going on with the psyche of this woman? Hey, what do you think about this? Just to know where she is mentally. And anytime, if you want to have a good time, by all means, but I hear what I'm telling you. If a man want to have a good time, better you stay away from something like that. Because to put yourself in a situation like that and to emotionally separate yourself from that might take you years. That might take you years.
And I agree with that. I agree with you. So before you get in, you find out, or you stay away from that. But what if you happen to get in? And the
Aha.
person good to you.
Aha. Let
And
me
this
come.
person good to you, she happen to snatch your soul. And she doing the things that you want from a real woman, all what you wanted in life from a person. And that woman doing it for you. Because of her
Aha.
past, you're going to throw her
Aha.
in the gallows.
What shall it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul?
I just listen to me, eh? Okay, I understand. But you see, I believe in not judging people. I don't judge people. You understand? What the ones I will judge, you see, a woman who literally brushing down the place with Tom, Dick, and Harry. She going at 90 miles per hour. She have no intentions to change. I will put you before the fire and squad. Because you're reaching the age of reason and understanding now. That is if you're continuing down that road. But it have women they had past lives where they had multiple partners. But when they meet somebody good, they settle down.
What is the statistics in that, Candice? You see, that's where we had to be real enough. The statistics in that happening is very low. And these things are exception to the rule. And we can't argue based on exception. We must argue based on the rule itself. So if the exception to the rule is that you might find some in this 1 in a million, or 1 in 3 million, or 1 in 10 million, the rule, anytime a woman calls so much her partners, they will destroy you. They will destroy you, and we had to be real with that. To be quite honest, if my son come to me and tell me that you go out, I go beg him. I go beg him. Don't do yourself that. Don't do yourself that because what you are seeing is a woman that have a long line of carnage behind she. And you go and put yourself there. Come now, man. That is a woman that know how to survive. That is a woman that know how to survive without a man. And that is a woman that know how to bend and manipulate your sexuality to suit. Because if you could deal with so much of men, and men could come to you to a certain degree, one, she more sexually advanced than you. Two, she must be so weak that so much of men able to break she defenses easily. Or three, she must be has some kind of daddy issue. Or four, low confidence. And if she has low confidence, and you with a woman like that, and let me say your confidence level medium, or you can't reach to no way because she will not be able to motivate you to go to the next level. If she defense is weak, then your relationship is in jeopardy as a man. Because if she defense is weak, if a man just blow in she ears, she might think, and she might forget you, she might forget she family that she have with you, she might forget the dreams that already decided the thing. If she defense is weak, and if it is this woman her daddy issues and thing, and she not cognizantly seeing that, then we're in problems. Or will always be in problems. Like a woman like that. I mean, it's not good to be around, Candace. Plain talk, bad
No,
manners.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
So you agree a woman that doing herself that have no value. I mean, that the point I
All
try
right,
to
a
make.
woman that is willfully doing that to herself has no value because you would have known whether right you're sleeping with multiple men, and what does that do for you? It might bring you pleasures of the worldly things, but inside it destroyed you. Right? Now I understand what you're saying, Mr. Anderson, and I share the same values with you. I understand that. But look on the other side. And I have a problem with people liking to having this thing to cast the first stone. And this is it, and that is it, and it's final. No, you have to leave room. You cannot judge people just so. No. What if? What if? What was the circumstance? That person don't have to be a bad person. Circumstances could have made the person who they are, or circumstances could have made you go through a certain thing. Some might catch themselves early, some might catch themselves late. But again, I outnumbered. I am outnumbered. I am outnumbered.
You see, it's not the thing about being outnumbered in a Candice. You see, people. All right, a woman that would have went through the trenches when she was small, and she would have learned from her mistake. What I'd say about the people that are wrong she don't have a proper support. So if you go with a woman like that, you have to be watch me, you have to be real smart in it. You go with a woman like that, know that you will never have proper support from the family. You will never get good advice from the family. Because the people that would have guided her would have no standard. And if you go with a woman like that, bet your bottom dollar, if you decide to get advice, don't go to that family. So if she try out during she young age, and she had us to try out, and she did have nobody, no figure in she life to guide she and say, hey, have some value for yourself. Don't put yourself in this position. Imagine the kind of advice you would get from she family and the people that close to she. Birds of a feather does flock together. So if 10 to 1 or you end up in a problem in our relationship and you need somebody that close to her to talk to her, what type of advice you feel you're going to get from the family? You see, we have to watch this thing from all wrong. And a woman that lower her sexuality says something about the individual. It says something about them. And that is what we must pay attention to. Anytime we close, we eye to that. The world is going to, I mean, it done ended up in carnage already because we are unable to dry read somebody before we enter into a relationship. These are important questions, especially the sexual part. I mean, there may be one or two that you might end up in a good relationship, maybe one or two. But that, as I say, that is the exception to the rule. If we go into that, these are just exceptions. But 99% of the time, you put yourself in a relationship with an individual like that, the relationship will fail. The 1% is just so the 1% will escape. But it will fail. You will end up in problems with that woman. That woman will dominate you. She will do all kind of things. She will clung you. She family go clung you because you know what they're saying. Them seeing she, for who she is, and them just saying, hey, what she just a matter of time. Oh yes, it's how the thing does go. And at the end of the day, Candice go be talking a big girl talk, but she not letting she son go with her woman. So I know that. I know that. I know them thing are facts.
Listen to me. If listen to me. If in the making before, young people have a tendency they like to get in a relationship and then bring the person to meet with their parents. If I happen to catch up on it before it even go further, I will speak to my son. But that's if he will take my advice, but I will talk to him. I'll try my best to deter him from going down that road. right? Because as a mother, every parent just want the best for their children. You want the best for you. I want the best for me. But at the end of the day, let's say the relationship happened to kick off, and that person is really a good person, but she life was shady back then and she wants to change now. Who am I to judge? I just say, I'm not endorsing the fact that this woman may not be bad then and she'll continue to be bad. I'm not saying that, you know, thumbs up or kudos to them woman and them who beating out themselves and going with all different kind of man and living it up nice. I am trying to be neutral. Right? A judger is a sinner.
And that is the
The
thing,
woman could have a bad
because you're
the
trying to
woman
be
could have
neutral,
a bad past.
because you're trying to
And
be neutral, Candice, you are letting sin, and you are letting women that don't deserve to be held to the highest standard walk through the gate with substandard. That is what you're doing by not coming plain. Don't try to be neutral here. There is not a topic to be neutral. There is a topic to be
but
straightforward. And as a woman, you're supposed to be telling these women and them, do not lower your
yes, but
standard,
I
because
would
this thing
no, no,
does lower
no.
standard.
I would advise. I am a big advisor on that because I believe a woman's supposed to keep herself. But again, what if the circumstances didn't allow it? What if I just leave a space for what if, I just always leave being sleeping with all Tom, Dick, and Harry is not right. That is the value in there. Yes, and a man, from the time a man here, you have multiple partners, he will really check himself and say, hey, now, real man, eat that food, boy. He ain't going down there. Yes, I understand that. But at the end of the day, what if? What if? What is the circumstances behind that?
And the
I mean, I
psyche
know
of the
all
individual.
you and Herbert only put all woman before fire and sport. You together with Abby.
You see,
I want
Abby would have known the value of keeping that. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. You have to keep your prize. You have to keep your cherry. Yes, I agree with that. But that, what if? What if? That is my fight. Just a little, what if?
Let me tell you what if, Candice. I go tell you what if here tonight, because I had to hit it raw. You see, for the want of a nail, a shoes was lost. For the want of a shoes, a horse was lost. For the want of a horse, a batter was lost. For the want of a batter, a king was lost. For the want of a king, a kingdom was lost. So, what I am saying is this: that what if could be so insignificant to you, it could be so insignificant to the rest of the world, but that what if, that what if could destroy you as a man. So anytime a man going and having, and anytime you're here, anytime you're only here, a woman have more than 8 and 10 partners, leave that relationship alone. You end
Right.
up in
And I
serious
agree with
problem.
you. And
Is what
I
what
agree
if?
with you because
What is the what if, Candice? What if a nail missing? You could lose a horseshoes, you could lose a shoes, you could lose a horse, you could lose a battle, you could lose a kingdom. Hey, be real. Realness. Now, you see, the platform now supposed to reach a certain stage that they're supposed to be now informing these young girls and them that who that they're getting hot at a certain age to know to keep their dignity, because it not only carry up the body count, it damage the psyche. And seeing that there's a responsible woman, as we just talk, you're supposed to be trying to inform these girls and them, hey, don't be on that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. There's not a time for you to be
yes,
neutral at
yes,
all.
and I
No, there's
do.
not
I
no time to
do.
be neutral.
I have a daughter, I have nieces, I have neighbors, and I just always try to let them know here what's going on. First thing first, I just make sure and tell them the two B's don't mix. Boys and books don't mix.
But you're talking
Right?
to a national audience here. You understand? I don't want you to be giving them a wrong advice. People just come
No,
here You understand? You're talking to a national audience. I mean, you have to deal with them properly. Tell them I mean, encourage them. Encourage them.
Well, yes, I see this topic is a no for you, Mr. Renison, but nonetheless, I sympathize with you. Anyhow, I would advise the young, the young women in society that coming up, your body, your sexuality is your prize. You had to hold yourself up, right? You had to hold up your dignity. Not every man that comes here and tell you they like you or they want to buy your stuff, you should lay down and sleep with them. It's always good to take your time. Nothing is wrong with dating. And a lot of you young people nowadays do not like to date. From the time a man tell you they like all it, or they buy a outfit, a hair, or whatever for all this. When he like men, they go and lie down for him when they band. Because men are very tricky. They will tell you what you want to hear. And when they don't get the cherry, they go and go the business to the next. So as a woman, you have to keep yourself and know, don't just go with a man because he's giving you stuff. Learn to be self-sufficient, independent, so you can help yourself, that you don't have to depend on a man. Because when you're depending on a man, he will make you, some men, they'll make you the bread the devil needs, because you have to depend on them. And when they don't use you and abuse you, they could get you sick, leave you right, they get you pregnant, and they move on. So women out here, please be mindful. Take all your time. Nothing is wrong in courting, getting to know the person, find out, do a little background check. Long time is do background check on people. Do a little background check so that you wouldn't end up in this polygamy relationship kind of thing. Because as Mr. Jeffrey said, on a woman's behalf, it doesn't really look bad. It does really look bad because no man ever want to know the woman that he's with burn downtown. I'm bringing it real. As a matter of fact, them men out there just want to become 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 women, but when they're done, they're looking for a virgin wife to put in. They're looking for tires that ain't even worn out. So if you value yourself, keep yourself until the right person comes. And the only how you will know is by courting, listening to what he say, because I have no memories, and some of them men nowadays got good lie. They're lying with their mouth closed. So as a woman, you always have to have your antennas up. You always have to have your antennas up to differentiate what is good for you and what is not. Okay? Back to you, Mr. Rance.
Candace, I mean, we had to go in the comment, we had some comments there. I mean, it was fine. Fine.
So, yeah. So, all right. Pleasant good night to the viewers. Let me look for somebody, Kevin. So we see Jamel Jerome. Abby is the most famous one here. We see Mr. Samaro. Mr. Samaro, good night. Mr. Anthony Medford, pleasant night. Who else we have here? We saw Michelle Skeet and Greenaway. Pleasant good night. Right? So let me read some of the comments. Abby say, Candy, why some women, they say some of them men cocoa small and laugh? Abby, I don't know, I can't answer that. Abby said, Candy, after the age of 35, having a child is a risk. So why a woman must bear her body for years, then to marry and have a family life, sorry. No, wrong. Okay. But Michelle Skip would have now getting to the program. Well, that's no. Having toxic people around you and your family will give off negative in your life. That is understandable. We had a lot to say tonight. Let me see. Let me read about two more. All right. Somebody big up this. Don't talk any talk. Okay. But Mr. Renson was on the floor tonight, I feel that topic hit a nerve, Kevin. Kevin, that topic hit a nerve, eh? But nonetheless,
Oi.
story take. If a woman in a relationship and she wearing short clothes without her man around in a party, she looking. Okay. We had a lot to say tonight, boy. Jerome said, I had to tell my woman I don't like certain outfits she wanted to wear, and I said, no problem. Abby said it all depends on how women dress will tell you their personality. Anthony would have said, how that song I like my ex-wife so. Mr. Greenaway would have said, sometimes it worked for them. Well, yes, some women, they're hustling. It's had the good, the bad, and the ugly. Abby would have direct a question to Herbert. Herbert, no woman will ever tell a man she's dealing with other men unless it's her husband. We had quite a few comments now. Back to you, Mr. Rent. Hello?
Yeah, Candice.
Hello?
Right. Yeah, Candice.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the man Greenaway would have make a point there that I go like to elaborate on a little bit, because some women would have engaged in polygamous relationship because of survival purposes. And we would have witnessed this scenario that would have taken place within the animal kingdom. And I would have said this on a previous broadcast that we would have kept here. The female bear, you can only get impregnated once. And the female bear would have caught with a lot of other males, a lot of other males have sex with her. And she would have gotten pregnant by one of the bears and them. One could have only pregnant. But however, she would have sex with about, a couple of them. Like we say 5 of them, and out of the 5, one would have pregnated her. And this was a survival mechanism for her offsprings to survive. Meaning that all 5 bears would have felt, well, those children are theirs. And they would have not attacked her when they see she with the cubs on them. So there are females that use this as a survival mechanism. And really and truly, they don't have no feelings for any one of these men and them that are with. Their central purposes is for they to survive through the life. That is what this thing is about. So any woman that you find doing that, there is a set of them that we just call headhunters. There is a set of them that these headhunters on them, they ain't looking for nothing serious. They will destroy you. And you see, Candice, it keep coming back to the mentality of these people and them. It all coming down to that. And if it keep on coming down to the mentality of these people and them, it is important that these children and them people guard their brains in what they are doing. So if you feel the need or you find you're giving in to a man too much, you're giving in to several men too much, and you see a pattern, when you look back, work on strengthening your mind. If you just want to plainly be a manipulator, you go ahead. I mean, there is no advice I could give you. If you find that it's worth it, you go ahead. But just look at the statistics in when other men would have found out the kind of carnage it causing. You're putting yourself in a death trap. We see just the other day a nurse would have tried to do something like that, and and waiting, what will happen to her? What is sexually illicit lifestyle that she have, and what will happen? A man bungs down a woman the other day. What will happen? A prison officer kill a woman. You understand? Yes, they are obsessive men. Yes, they are obsessive women. But you don't willingly put yourself in this type of relationship. And you know that when I'm talking, so I talk with a certain amount of aggression concerning this subject, because I would have seen men fall prey to that. Many of my good partners and them would have fall prey to relationship with these type of women, and the heart was severed in the balance. Many of my partner, I rush to the bar. I say, oh God, let me go and take a drink. I rush them to the bar. I said, when I hear I said, let me go to the bar. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin.
Mr. Jeffrey.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah. Here why does why does what is, here what it is I just tell myself and I just always live with. Is if a man want to fall prey to relationship and woman, he will fall prey to it, you know.
All right. Yeah, but
And I will tell you something.
why? How you gonna say a man want to fall prey to it?
Well, that is what I'm telling you. In every relationship, right? You see what has gone with us as men when we're in a relationship. We tend to focus on the beauty and we tend to focus on the outskirt and the things of the woman, right? Then we focus on the intel part. You understand? Focus, get in her mind, right? You could do it. It have a way to do it, right? The things she say, the words she say, the things she do, right? That's raise a red light, but we tend to not pay attention to that as men, right? So when the shit do hit the fan, we just can't face it. That would us go on. Technically, way it is a state in a sense, the Lord never will destroy a nation without a warning. So we just see the signs and tend to ignore the signs as men. That is what has gone. That is how it is. You understand? You
I
just see the
understand.
signs there. The signs just be there, right? And I'm telling you, all right. And I will bring, for instance, a perfect example. I explained it to Candace. I was in a two-way relationship. Yeah, right? And all of a sudden, everything fall. Yes, I get hours. I call Candace and say, you do something for me, that thing. But when I do, I check myself. I say, Kevin, that is not you. Use a man do bow and use a man do beg. Let's stay how it is. You understand? And I tend to just live my life and forget about everything. You understand what I'm showing you? So there I could tell you is what it is you as the individual, if you want to sit down and study and ponder over things that is not profitable to you. You understand? And when you give you no form of fair gesture, you understand, to yourself, it's up to you. You understand? Because it's your life, it's your feelings, it's your thoughts, it's your brain. So you have to know what it is you want as a man. If you want to sit down and allow somebody to trample your feelings or trample your heart and allow it, it's up to you. You understand? And as I always say, is due to some people upbringing and the esteem. You understand? Because I not letting nobody trample me. I not sitting down and ponder for nothing. That's not comfortable to me. You understand? So that is why I say it's up to the individual, it's up to the man. He has to know where it is he wants. A lion?
No, it's all about freedom of choice. Still. If you know you're dealing with a woman and before you get in, you find out, or even in the brink of the relationship, when you get in and you start to find out certain things and you choose to pull out, it's up to you because you know the values in a woman that you're looking for, all the qualities, you know what you want as a man. So it's okay to pull
And
out.
and I don't I don't want to investigate or ask nobody. I don't want to investigate or ask nobody, that is me. That is the thing about me. You understand? I not doing no background check on you and find out if it's what
No,
not. You
I
know
just want
why?
to know.
Because
I would want to know.
my no, listen to me. Listen to me. I doesn't do no background. Then I started to talk to you, whatnot, so forth. You understand? And we started, you as the man now, you as the man had to know where to carry the talk and how deep to get in. And where you just, the answers does come because women does reveal itself after a time. Right? Never put that to you. Women does get emotional in certain talks when you're talking to them, and they will reveal themselves once they get comfortable with you. They will just reveal themselves. You understand what I'm telling you? You as the man, you as the person have to know how to get that woman comfortable with you. You understand? To go get deep and to talk certain things. You is the man. You understand? And because that is why I say I do
Candice,
I not
we're
push it.
laughing so far, girl. Yeah, Hobart, go ahead, Hobart.
Are we holding Kevin, have Kevin to hang on the chat here? Abby, Abby, you're bad. Abby, stop it.
Yeah, Kevin, go ahead with the
Kevin,
contribution.
Uh,
Kevin, go ahead. Don't mind me. Go
you
ahead,
as the
love. Go ahead.
man have to know where it is what it is you want. You hear man?
Yes, we are hearing you. Go ahead.
What you hear man?
Yes, sir. What good? You on this internet.
Yeah. You as the man have to know. Right. You as the man have to know it is you want. Right. Yeah, man, click on this.
Yes, I am, Kevin.
Hello. Right. So it's up to in man, it's up to individual. He had to know where to see want in a relationship. He had to know where to see gain into. And as I tell you, I doesn't do no background check. You understand? You all does reveal yourself.
But with all due respect, I have to tell you about this comment. Abby would have said to me, said in the comment, that I need to tell you because I ain't way to continue and you're looking bad outside it. Abby would have said to you that the woman was not you. The woman was on your money. So that is why she wasn't here. The woman was not you. So if the woman was not you, I find you should come out and say because if you was played and it's not I put out your information, you put it out. You understand? The woman leave you out and Candace had to beg for you. I know. And I be saying is your money the woman after.
Oh my God. Oh my, this thing sweet. This thing sweet.
What money? Candace? We Candace? Hey Candace?
Oh God. Hey,
Candace?
so much,
Candace?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
You here? You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
What money is that, girl? What money is that? Huh?
Um,
Candice?
I don't know. You want to tell me? I
No,
don't
no.
know
Well,
anything.
it's
I would,
somebody
I
that.
would have shoot a little call here, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
Well, that,
yeah, but Hubert, somebody asking that within the comments. He said the woman that leave you out, was not you. She was on your money, and she would have made another suggestion that you should go Villa
well,
Capri. That what the woman saying? I don't know where Villa is. Unless you know anything about
well,
Villa?
I
but,
heard of it, but I don't know where it is.
but one,
I think Villa
but
Capri. Villa Capri is one of them.
one money,
One of them places that's go to get, where just go and pay money to have a fun time.
Candice,
Mr. Herbert,
Candice,
Mr. Herbert.
you hearing me?
Yes, I
Oi,
am.
well, you know, as a man, you know, as a man, every week I used to be by MoneyGram. So what money they talking about?
I do not know. This is what they say in the
Huh?
comments. You understand? Abby seems to be a big advisor. Abby is giving you a lot of advice. Abby said better
tell,
Herbert
tell,
better than
tell,
go Villa
tell
Capri.
Abby nah, I don't have to go there, boy. You know the damn dad, I don't have to go there.
Ooh, hey, this going on all around sweetest eyeliner, I really love these people in the comment tonight. I really love all it. Abby, you steal the show. Abby, I love you. I wonder, Abby, I would like to join you in our group chat. So you probably you
Join
can
Abby,
call
let me talk, let me see Abby, join too.
Abby, you can call the number on the screen and have the admin add it to the chat. As a matter of fact,
Candice,
all who on the comment section here that wants to join the chat could message the admin on the number on the screen. Abby real pong you boy. Oh but she give you good. Abby's your friend?
Candice,
Uh
dahil not naked, mo pongin. Candice,
Mr. Samaru would have said, women should not have sex with men before marriage. Mr. Samaru, while that is good and it is the right thing to do, good luck with that. All a man can't wait, women cannot wait either.
Mr. Sam, we have a problem with that, huh?
I tried to call him back, Candice. He didn't answer Samaru. He didn't answer at all.
What? Mr. Wilson, Mr. Wilson,
Just now, Samaru,
hello.
we are here live on the show, boy. What really going on here?
Hello?
Yes, Samaru, what going on?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, I find it disrespectful. A woman I don't know to keep herself, man.
Well, that's why I say no, Samaru.
Jeffrey,
Yeah.
a woman have to look at herself as bait.
Mm-hmm.
When a fisherman fishing, and the fish come and eat the bait, what is happen after that?
I mean,
It don't no more bait to get hooked. So if a woman have one prized possession, which is her VG, her vagina, now you have to develop some type of mechanism or some type of plan, some type of defense, some type of strategy right? You ought to have something that you sit on and really, I mean, once is a mistake, twice is a habit. You ought to develop something so when them men and them come, they would not be able to use here. They would not be able to advantage here. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You're not giving it up just so. You understand what I'm saying? It have plenty women,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Because of
Mr.
look,
Mr. Samaru,
because of money, and because of plenty other reasons. They just give this to certain men, and certain men just look at that just as a rap sheet. They take a chance. But when you're looking for a good woman, a man, a real man, he just look for a different type of mindset, a different types of attributes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you go deep there without talking because a woman supposed to see herself really and truly as the bait. At any time,
Yeah,
at any time, a fish eat out all the bait, it no bait again.
right today, you don't get catch. And the thing about it now, I sincerely and genuinely believe that women just love more than man.
Mm-hmm.
Because after the, remember, let me go back to the beginning of times, right? God reversed the thing in the beginning of times. When that woman would have picked that fruit and bring it and give it unto Adam, right? Adam would have tell God that is the woman you give me, that take the fruit and give it to me and I eat it. And
Mm-hmm.
God punishment for that woman, he say, your desire will be unto your husband, but he will dominate you. And woman have to understand this. You see, what God was saying there is that if you really look at some women good, they have a desire in them, a passion in them to control man.
True.
But God flipped the thing around and said the man now is the one that will be the head of the home. The man now is the one that will be calling the shop, that will be leading. You understand? So the devil now, we know everything God has in place, the devil is trying to come with what? A counterfeit. So this is why the devil will use fashion now. So a woman could just jump out in her short pants, have she breast outside, but they wearing Brazil again, you know?
Mm-hmm. The
You
breast
understand?
outside, the breast outside.
Just use the man for the bait now. Understand now that the bait, you know, it have a fish called bunny too.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it has different types of bait in it. It has shrimps, it has herring, it has bunny too. But when you want to catch them nice big redfish, them blue wing, them nice snappers and thing, you use a bloody fish. So it has some women now, based on how they structure, based on their beauty, based on their look, they weaponize their beauty and they start to market their body for sex.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sex. Them not looking for no serious relationship.
Yeah, but
Uh,
Samaru,
yeah.
what you other think about the psyche of an individual like that? When a woman doing them kind of thing, what type of mindset that you think they have, boy?
Yeah, but you see, now the life of all flesh is in the blood, another.
Mm-hmm.
The life of all flesh is in the blood. And then you have to go right back to the family tree because that could be something that passed on from generation to generation. Not all women just think so because my wife don't think so.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? She is perfect, but she don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not inside of the bloodline.
Hmm.
It has something there like parasites that keep on nagging them and choking them and causing them to turn to these type of lifestyles.
All right.
And then the world that we living in now, Jeffrey, right? It is easy to live a sinful lifestyle, and you would have said it perfect earlier on. It is easy to promote a polygamous relationship. It is easy to have that type multiple people to sleep with No, because why? You could go on a boat ride. You could
Uh-huh.
go. You hear me?
Yeah. Because I mean, I thought I alone was seeing it, so it more easier for them to do certain things.
Yeah, because of technology and because of this my body, my choice, and because everybody now thinking that you understand it's about certain trend now. Like if you cover up, something wrong with you. You understand? And when you reveal what you're carrying, you're sexy, you're attractive, all day, you're trending. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Now we're going back to the topic. What will cause a woman? It has many things. Now, I want to defend the honest ones on them who really and truly try their best to keep a man. But the reality of it is that they started off with a pervert. It has some woman based on how you dress. You attract perverts. You attract men who thinking sex is love.
Yeah.
But we know sex is not love. So when he wants to sleep with you and all your friends and them and they realize that you give him your little heart and he break your heart. And then you try someone else again and it's like if you're attracted to the wrong set of men, it's because of how you attire yourself, it's because of how you carry yourself, and then the same thing. It have plenty women don't sit down on a daily basis. They don't sit down and mark down a plan or have a vision for their life. So anything comes, they just run with it. Any kind of sweet talk. Remember, I don't want to take too long on this topic. Remember, in the Garden of Eden, right? The devil was able to enter into Eve's mind through words.
Yeah.
Women are very easy to manipulate. You see, words just make them see black white. It has something curious inside a woman. They're easy to lead astray by words.
But
So,
Yeah, but
all the
Emerson,
time,
Mr.
yeah, man.
Emerson,
yes, Sabaru just now, eh? Hold on there a second. Don't leave the line. Just now, hold on. Candace, what you have to say? I see you having a little, you're misbehaving there. Tell me.
No, I just reading some of the comments. Some of the comments are quite funny. You know. But
Right. Well,
um,
Candace, hold on there. Let me ask Samaru to make a closing statement.
yeah, let's
Sam,
this is
Samaru,
sweet.
go ahead.
Yeah, I know you're in here.
Right. Tell me, make a closing
Candace,
statement because some Candace want to respond and when he she
I
and
will,
you
I will hear she when I come off the call. When I
yeah,
come off the call, I go and listen to she and I go text.
yeah, right.
Yes, now, all I'm saying is that a woman now must have a plan. A woman must not sell herself short. She must understand what she's carrying. She must understand her value, her worth, and understand that she had just one thing between her leg and it is precious. And the more people she give it to, it starts to lose value. That's real talk.
That real talk.
You can think about you living in a community and we don't know how neighbors fast. They like people's business. They like the pitong, they like the gossip, they like the mako. And every year we're talking about a woman who is 30 and she had 10 men. So you telling me every year, if she starts off at 20, she would have brought in that community a new man to visit that community every year. Let me say this woman now come and get pregnant by 5 of these men and they have 5 child fathers, different, how that will not look good. People in that community will be telling their daughters and them, I don't want you to come out like Sharon. I don't want you to come out like Jean. I don't want you. See, she had 10 men. You see, that is not a good example and she would have been the talk of the tongue. Right? Nothing wrong if it is a woman start off from humble beginning. She going to school, she had children school, long time we had something called the the childhood crush, the school crush. You know, you see, you go to school with somebody and you know you like that person, and you have something there, and you and that person end up being together for 5 years, or 10 years, and then all grow out that. You understand what I'm saying? And then now, when I enter the real world, I think things was different. You know, that was this childish thing, right? And then now, you start to build yourself after that. You rush into no marriage. You start to study. You listen, what is I want to do for my living? You start to plan your life on a personal level. You start to have aims and you start to mark down your vision and make your thing plain. And then now, when it's time now to talk about relationship, you looking at the structure God laid down for relationship because you had this one thing between your legs. Yes, you would have given to your friend because you had a close bond, but now while you grow up and you understand life, now you have a chance now to look at things different, and everything he didn't do, you have a chance to look for that person because I'm telling you, our actions is governed by thoughts. And the things people do is a reflection of what they think.
Okay. You talk a serious talk there, Samaru. Samaru, well, thanks again for taking the call. I want Candice to respond to that.
But okay, no problem.
All right then.
Yeah.
After
Candice,
all you beat me up, and throw me before the gallows.
no, well, I sure Hobart want to say something on that because what the man talk there is something that
No,
very
no.
instrumental.
In spite of all the the comments and stuff, Mr. Samaru is quite right, and I agree with what he say. A woman supposed to know she self value, right? Because you can't be living in a community and sharing it and giving it up and expect people to still have respect for you, right? And I never stray from that point. I keep saying yes, it is the right thing to do, is the right way to go. But then everybody is different. Not everybody is the same. Yes, it might have some who naturally bad, they're giving it up because they're looking for the extra cash. And it has some they were so unfortunate, they end up with 4 or 5 men before they even find love and really catch themselves. So then again, you can't judge people. You cannot judge. I am that type of person. I'm not saying what these women are doing is right, having multiple partners and sexing with Tom, Dick, and Harry. It is not right. Spiritually, it is not right. Physically, it's not right. And health wise, it is definitely wrong. But at the end of the day, you cannot judge. I'm not judging. That's my take on this. I am not going to judge anyone. Right? If the man is, well, you and all the others who share the same views like you before you get into a relationship with somebody, do a little background check. Even while they're in the relationship and things happen to come out, it's up to you as if you want to stay or you want to go, right? Everybody has a freedom of choice. It's up to the individuals. Either you can deal with it or you can't. But I still saying, he who without sin cast the first stone. Because likewise, a woman might beat up she body and go with Tom, Dick, and Harry. Men sleep around too. And we women, we tend to, I tend to don't, whenever I hear a man running red and he had how much multiple women, I just started to watch he. Because I tell myself, one, I can't satisfy you because you was all them women and them, and you come with me. What's so special about me to make you want to change? So it have its ifs, it have its buts, it have its challenges. So again, I cannot and I will not judge nobody based on their past. I cannot. I am not good. Mr. Herbert, let me hear you. Mr. Herbert?
Yeah. Yes, Candice. Yeah, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Samu, make a point, make a valid point. You make a valid point, right? Mr. Rennes make a valid point, right? But why I should say on the other hand, I could still give you a women is supposed to do, some women is supposed to do what they're doing, but I could still kind of give you a little support in what you're saying in a sense. You hearing what? You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Hello? Yeah, I can
Yes,
still
I'm
give you a little
listening. I'm
support in what
listening.
you're saying in a sense because right, because I should say it happened to a close family member of mine where she was unfortunate with men and whatnot, right? And sometimes we just have to watch it. We just have to swing the mirror in different angles for it to shine and for we to see what we have to see, right?
Mhm.
So I can't burn you down, Candace. Really and truly, I can't burn you down, right? Because I come across issues like that and situations like that, right? So I can't burn you down on it. But on the other hand, it has some women naturally just do it for spite and doesn't care what they do and how people feel in the end, right? It has some women so, right? So that is my take and my contribution on it.
Back to you, Anderson.
I mean, we could go on and on and on all the time concerning this fact because this is a big topic, and the reason why it's a big topic is that all our relationship on earth is welded in relationship and how we relate with one another, whether it be the animals, plants, human beings, environment. All that we have a relationship with one another, and once we, once we keep it clean, we could always, we could always be moving in unison with one another. But we must understand our value. I wouldn't be a hypocrite like some of my colleagues and them and not point out what is right and wrong. What I am telling you here today, it may not be something that you might like. I ain't come here for it to like me. You understand? I ain't come for no woman neither. I ain't come here for no woman. I ain't come here for it to like me. I here to point out certain truths that if you witness certain things, if you witness these how to call it, these clues, you remember blues clues, your power clue and something. If you witness a woman would have reached her ethos, having or running over several different men, this is something to run from. We mustn't say because it's a myth. The three things you must stay away from are old car, tight shoes, and a red woman. No, 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 no. That is a myth. We must stay away from old cars, tight shoes, and women that cross
Now,
6 and 7 male. That is what we must stay away from. We must stay away from things like
yeah,
that.
because
I know, but
I know what you tell
let me put you to rest here now.
when it's
Look how somebody,
when it's
a
soon,
woman say in the comment that your new name
when
is ATM. I just telling you one time.
how you mean? I is Mr. Money in the bank. I is Mr. Money in the bank. But you hear me, Anderson?
Yeah, listening to
You
it.
hear me?
I right here. I lock on and listening.
Watch me. Let me give a little peek on a little bit. The the don't really dance for long, but the dance doesn't want them back.
And this, you could have testified to something like that. I
Yeah,
mean, the man talking something there. I know. I mean,
No,
and he
that
called. Uh, Urban
yeah,
calling it a beg for certain people according to what he confessed on national media. He called you, he had you begging for him. And he's saying, Mama, don't leave him for long.
not
What is that?
necessarily
I
begging,
don't
but
understand that. What Herbert
I
is
would have
saying,
relayed
Candace,
certain information, certain messages to the other parties in a discreet kind of way,
for Candace,
asking
so
for
Herbert lying then.
asking for
Herbert would have come up on this live stream and say that you would have spoken for him And I know that man to man, sometimes a man and reach a certain distance, a man asks a woman to beg. Understand? Because you might be better friend or
Not
thing. Listen
necessarily,
to me, I
not
had five
necessarily.
sisters.
It wasn't more like it
No,
wasn't. No, no, no. Let me
Yeah,
be
but
honest.
no,
Herbert
It wasn't
Herbert
like it
can't be
wasn't
coming
like
here and
begging.
boasting and he employing you to beg for him. And then he
No, it
talking about
wasn't saying
woman
it's more
don't leave him for
begging.
long and them kind of thing. Come on now, man. He's a big man. Let be real.
No, but I'm telling you the
Come now,
truth.
man.
I don't
Herbert, let
like
me
to
show you
lie.
something. He's a big man.
It wasn't
You're not
about
supposed to be
begging. It wasn't
begging,
about
begging
begging.
no
It was
man,
just to
but
relay a message.
yeah, Candice, come on now, man. You're not supposed to be begging no
it
man.
was no
Come on now, man.
begging,
Tell
but
the man grow up.
It wasn't begging. It wasn't like begging. It was more. It was more relaying a message
when,
because you know. And let me tell you something. One of the individual, although she would have been hard on him, because that individual seems to be to me the way when I spoke to her, the feedback that I get from her, she's a no nonsense person, and she really has her head on her shoulder. But at the end of the day, she has a bit of a how to put it, trust issues. And I was there to, to to talk to her, not to reassure her, but to relay the message stated, well, the person say XYZ, and I think,
Uh,
XYZ, and that person was very firm.
so
So
Candice, so why Herbert could not do it for himself? Isn't he not a man? Because nobody no watch man, nobody Candice talking for me and I have my own mouth. So if you
yeah,
talking
but
for
you
a
see the
man like
thing.
Herbert, that showing me something.
Yeah, but if the woman, we woman, we like to block, cannot block.
So what the jail is this? So if the woman block him, but can I take that on his own and say, well,
right,
the
when you
woman didn't
say
really
yeah,
wire
man,
again?
when you
I don't
sin,
know why he didn't take
when
that. Should I come back? He talking
you
big just now. There.
when you sin, when you sin,
Yeah, but I listening to you.
hey, stop. You hear, man?
Yeah, I listening.
Right, let me and you talk. Right. I, I was I was on shit, right? You hear, man?
Yeah, I hear you, but
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
I was
hearing
on shit.
you.
I was doing shippiness. Right, I was doing shippiness. Candice know what I'm speaking about. Right? Bam, bam, I come and make a hard statement to her, right? Which I shouldn't really, as a man in a relationship to a woman, I shouldn't really make that statement towards her, right? I just do that offer, I don't know. I just get up the morning and bam, I make a call. I ain't get your thinking, right? I should make that statement as a man in a relationship to a woman, right? Her reaction was all right. That is the statement they want to make. Bam, I block you, right? All right. I just back a little bit. I said, all right, Kevin, you was wrong. You was wrong for making such statement, whatnot. The person block you. They block this number. All right. I call my sister and I call Candice. Candice, XYZ is the case. Let the individual know, Gail, I was sorry for the things I say and whatnot, and that is it, right? And that was that, right? But I will never lower my esteem and lower my standard to beg nobody to beg a relationship. That is not me. You understand? I will just tell Candice, I will just bridge that call with Candice, right? To let the individual know, well, all right, as man to woman, yes, you block me, but I will still try and reach out to you to say that I'm sorry for what I'm saying, the things I say, right? And that was it, right? I still try and own up myself as a man, as a because a real man will apologize. You understand? A real man will apologize once he know he was wrong. You understand? So I know I was wrong verbally. So I try and bridge and so I could make the apology. And that was it. I don't want nothing after that. So you understand what I'm saying, Jeffrey?
Yeah, yeah. I go take that. I go take that, Robert. I go take that.
Right. So that is exactly what went on. I make a harsh statement to her, right? Which I know, which I reverse myself and put myself in her position. If a woman tell me that, you understand, it will kind of it will touch you. You understand? So I said, well, all right, since they block me, right? I can move like I do business, I do okay. I can move too. I had that in me. But let me be fair and be just at the same time. I call Candice, hey Candice, something at my sister and so girl and I know I was wrong. But make a call for man and apologize if she for man thing, right? As woman to man and whatnot. And that is it. And that was it. Since then, I never make contact with her. Right? Because I is not the kind of person to beg. Right? And Candice know that. Right? And that just it. That is me. If I know I'm wrong, I'll own up to my wrong. I'm a responsibility. You understand? I wouldn't just play bold, right? But at the same time, I wouldn't lower my esteem and lower my standard to beg nobody. No way. No, not the damn. So
Candice,
you understand me?
Candice, in your estimation, what do you think about something like that? Tell me, what do you think about something like that?
No, and the man admit he was wrong. So he did try to make amends, right? By having a friend, which is me, call the individual. I would have spoken to the individual at length, right? And firstly, I started by, I am so person, and I was told to give you a message, but please don't shoot the messenger. That is, should in case the woman, getting on like them wild tiger cat. But she was not, and she was humble enough. She listened, and she got the message. And I don't know why up until now, as he said that that was it, and he's not going to beg. So I don't know what took place after that, and I cannot divulge that information because I'm not the third wheel there. But I did relay the message, and the lady was thankful for it. She listened. She said what she had to say. I told him, and that was that. You want to hear more, Renaissance?
Yes.
No,
And when this
no,
is,
no.
you
I,
hear
I
me,
just making
Renaissance?
sure that my partner there is not no simping because I would have, come on, and he talking sim.
No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
No, I not offended, but I don't know if she tried to call because she blocked me and I also blocked too. I blocked she too. So I don't know
So,
if she tried to call.
so she block you first,
Yeah,
right? So that ain't really count. So
right.
if she
And
block you first,
I tried to but she called it was blocked, so I called.
she rank on your first, Kevin. She block you. And in my estimation, if a woman do me that once, I would have move on. I see myself as something that she don't want, and if in your case she see you as something that worthy of getting blocked or insignificant, you should have move on from day one. You should not get Candice to fight your battles here. Use a man.
No, listen, no, listen. I talking about as if when I say what I have to say and she blocked me, immediately immediately me wait after no day, no, immediately I call Candice and tell Candice XYZ is the case. And after that, I just blocked you too, and I made no attempt to call.
Candice,
Mr. Ransom?
So you
Candice,
understand?
Candice, so you go sit down on this live here and witnessing this pathetic thing as a man that calling you cry out a woman for him. You really saying down here and taking this summer, but man, when the
Yeah, me,
ass is this boy?
No, well, the man, listen to me.
yeah, me,
Listen to me. The
yeah, me, I
man
want to
said
tell
he
you,
wanted
just,
to tell the woman that he was sorry, right? I would have spoke to him, but he's
But
not part of the
because,
boat.
Candace the
He's still
woman do
sailing with the boat.
Candace the woman done block him already, which means she would have
right, listen,
expressed herself in a
Yeah, but
particular
right,
way.
just
She don't
listen
want
to
nothing to
me.
do with him.
A lot
Jeffrey,
of women just do that. A lot of women just do
Yeah,
that.
but you encourage a man to be a beggar, and what the ass is
But he
this
was
boy?
not
Jeffrey,
begging. He was not
Jeffrey,
begging. He did not beg.
So what you do?
Jeffrey, listen to me.
You went and asked she then.
You listen, Jeff, you listen to me or you not listening to me?
I listening to you, but I listening to you. I listening.
But I explained something and something to you, and you're still going down the wrong road. If I told you everything was good with me and the individual, right? Is I get up and I say something off, I should say disrespectful to her, right? And as offer reflects as only a woman, right? Bam, she block, right? So at the offer reflexes, I realize, wait now, as a man boy, I really shouldn't have say that and whatnot. Let me call she and apologize for the things for what I say. So you understand what I'm saying? It have a difference between apologizing for something disrespectful you say and begging for a relationship. He's an intelligent man. Don't do me that.
Well,
You know,
what
he's
I
an
would have seen
intelligent
there,
person, right?
what I would have seen
So,
there, but with all due respect, I would have seen, I would
no,
have interpreted from the
just no,
information. Let
just
me
no,
hit because
just no.
I,
I
I
know,
want to hit you some shots here. I would have interpreted from the information that the woman would have make up her mind and say, well, you know, I want not to do it her but again, and she would have expressed that by blocking you. And then at the top right now, you would have tried to make contact with her through Candice, through a third party, to find out actually if she really if they really it for me. I
No,
mean
no, that wasn't the topic.
it
That
looked
wasn't the
like that.
question. No, no, no.
It
He
look
didn't
well.
ask.
I telling you
mm,
how I
I
interpreted
didn't go
nah,
there.
nah.
because it looked like he was trying to rescue something
Don't
in
put
her.
it in
No, I didn't go wrong like that. It
And
didn't go wrong like that. It was
what I
Candace,
more or less.
explained
so
to
he
you,
wasn't.
as I tell
So
you,
Candace, so he
as I
wasn't
tell,
trying to rescue
as I
a
tell you,
relationship.
Jeffrey,
No, it was more or less
you hear
to
what?
apologize
You
on
hear
his
what?
behalf. That what
So
he said that he was sorry,
so he could
and
get
that
back
was
in.
it. It
So he
wasn't.
could get back into good favors. Not so.
Well, I want to believe it's that.
No,
Yes.
Oh God!
no,
That you see what I'm talking about? That is weak and pathetic, and that is the reason why
no,
Candice, I telling you,
no,
you
Jeffrey,
encourage a man
Jeffrey,
underneath that road. Nah, 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 nah,
Jeffrey,
nah, 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 nah,
Jeffrey.
nah.
Let me ask you something. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you something. Something going, something going good with you and your, I should say, spouse or your partner,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Bam. You just get disrespectful verbally,
Mm-hmm.
right? For no reason, for no given reason. Everything was good. This person don't disrespect you. She does respect anything you want. She feels and want. Bam, you just take out yourself and lost your head and disrespect that person verbally. Yes, the person. Bam. Yeah, it's only flexes outright. She block you. Immediately she block you.
Oh, but,
It now.
oh, but you're
Panic.
breaking up bad boy.
It now. Boy, Jeffrey boy. But You hear me clear, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I hear you now.
You hear? Right. You know what? You know the things you say could could damage you emotionally. Could have an emotional impact on her. Right. So at the same time, you still have to make the call and apologize for what you said, for the things you say, but you realize you get blocked. Right. So you decide, all right, offer fairness. I call Candace. Mr. Candace, here we go on. Make a call for me. Let this individual know I was sorry for the things I say, right? And that was it, right? I never, as I explained to you, as man to man, after that, I block her too, and I never make no
Uh,
attempt to call. So basically, what it is I do in to my conscience, right? Basically, what it is I do to my conscience, I clear my
um,
conscience that by apologizing, by
um,
sending an apology to you. If you don't want to take it, it's up to you. If you take it, it's up to you. But at the same time, I have no control over your actions.
but you
You understand? So it's not the matter of nobody. Yes, now, Jeffrey. Yes, now, Jeffrey. Yes, now. It's not the matter nobody beg or nobody plea or not like that. I just send my apology to make you know, yes, as a man I was disrespectful and I'm sorry. And that was it.
but I find you're not giving me the story in bite size. You're trying to give me the whole loaf. But unfortunately, to you, I have a photographic memory. You see, the thing about it is this, but I don't want to dig in too much because, oh God, you're my guest, but you would have said something that is vital to the public that I believe that we need to dissect this within the public domain. You would have stated that you would have said something through
You
an
hear what I
argument.
tell you? Just,
Uh-huh.
hey, hey. You hear what I tell you? Listen, listen to me. I
Mm-hmm.
now explain something to you. So whatever the public think, I do business. I explain something to you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is you I speaking to. So whatever the public think, I don't care about that. That is how Bola is, right? I
So,
explain
so,
something to
so,
you,
so,
how it went.
mm-hmm.
If the public have a different view, just know, just know, if the public have a different view in their mind, you understand? That is their business. I don't care about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I explained something to you how it went. So don't tell me nothing about the
No, no,
public and you have
no,
to clear
no.
nothing.
Well,
I don't
well.
care about the public.
I is a member,
I explain
I is a
something.
member of the public just as well, innit? You understand? Although yes, I might be a commentator on a show, but I
I
also is
hear
a member of the public, and just as the fact that I mean the reason why this platform is like here is to break down the barriers that these media personnel trying to have between them and the public. So I come like a man from in the audience. So you can't want to put certain things out in the public domain and in the
no,
testicular fortitude that when people come with questions
no, but
that they start
listen,
to back off and they start to
listen,
just come out to me and say, Jeffrey, you know,
listen,
I can't take the blows
listen,
and I can leave that alone, but come to me as a man.
and as I, as I go,
Well, Herbert, break it up, you know.
Yeah, well, but
hey, listen to what I said, right? As I say, I send up G. That was it. Me, you do what we me. Yeah, all right, you hear me now? You
yeah, we know
you
here in
hear
here.
me,
We know here
Jeffrey?
in here.
You hear me, Claire?
Loud and clear.
But you're
You
right,
hear me
break,
now,
yeah,
Jeffrey?
that you're right breaking up, and that is a problem. You had to fix it because it's taken away from
No,
you.
me, I don't think on that road, right? But I don't. Yeah, but yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm clear now, Candace.
Yes, I hear you now,
Jeffrey.
but I hear you.
Right. So I was telling you, I don't have to. I never beg nobody. I don't have to beg. And knowing me, I never beg nobody in this life. You understand? If I know I'm wrong, I will make all. I'll make all bridges to let you know. All right, I was wrong as man. I was wrong. All right, but I never beg nobody. And I wouldn't beg nobody. And I just said, so whatever the public think in their mind, let them think. I don't care what the public think. I tell all this something, and that's how it is.
And
Right, so I don't have to clarify
this,
nothing again.
I am
Mr.
seeing.
Ralston,
I mean, I seen a man here don't want to get question, and no, he bow out like a man. I mean, I can respect that. So I go leave that question in there alone because I seeing that he reach a point that he break, and I can see that as a man. He come out and he say he ain't really studying with the public say and thing. That is, he's
That's right.
signaling to me that
Well,
he fall as a man, and I respect that. And Candace, we could move on from that subject. I know
no,
outside there are
hey,
strong men outside there.
hey, I can't.
Yeah, it has strong men. And Candace, you supposed to know too, it has strong, resilient alpha males outside there that are not afraid to take any form of questioning at any point in time. I know you know that, Candace. I know you would have met some. You understand? That is of that ilk. But not all men like that at the end of the day. Not all men. And Kevin, we would like it to be always to be on the program, but as Candace say, by the internet thing, by the internet thing, by oh God. I, we technicians on this
So
side,
what I go
we
do? Yeah,
seen it,
yeah,
yeah,
man.
we hearing you. But what happened is that you're not hearing it in
I
real
feel
time
like one.
because of your poor internet.
You look up to yesterday. I was by me mobile and I asked the girl to boost the antenna signal. She said the phone good and whatnot. So what go on? Check it again and see.
probably you need to up the probably well you need to up
But
the plan.
my plan, the plan is a high B mobile plan. The plan is this 380 plan I have.
Well, I don't know what to say.
You hear me?
All right.
But what has gone? Lying down when I in the back room, I lying down in the back room, down in the back room. So I don't know if I was enclosed in the back room. You understand? It kind of dimming the antenna signals. Because I'm not in my room.
So then why didn't you just go in your room so we'll have our better because this is real frustrated, but nonetheless we don't
You
get
hear
through
me?
it already. So we are almost close. We would have went over the time. The topic was very interesting and with the comments full. Abby, I really like this Abby person. This Abby Rest tearing up Kevin. Kevin, that's not the same Abby you told me is your friend. You see
So let
again?
me know the damn look. Let me
Right, Candace. So instead of waiting, let me look to the end of the program. It reached a certain point. I know you're looking like if you're frustrated because I know what's going on there. The little delays and thing, it kind of a little disturbing. But sometimes we have
It's
to
taking
learn
up a
to
lot.
sometimes we have to learn to work through certain things. So, but we go try and see about that program. I'm thinking we go, operate a suit. Candice, we have to say in closing because we done past the time. We have to say in closing, Candice.
Well, In closing, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. It's always a pleasure having you guys here, and I'm always looking forward to reading some of the juicy comments. Abby, if we were giving out a prize tonight, you would have gotten one. You're real jam, Kevin, and I love you for that. And again, guys, on the topic, before you get into a relationship, it's always good to court. It's always good to find out about the person before you get in go a step further. And women, know your worth, because at the end of the day, two wrongs cannot make a right. Although we know that there is, people mustn't judge people, but prevention is better than cure. Because really and truly, no man would want to, be with somebody that a lot of men would have passed through. You see, you gotta keep your dignity and keep yourself in it. Right? So that's what I have to say.
Kevin, since you are one of our guests here, I mean, you can say something to, and then we will close.
Go ahead, Edison. See what you have to say.
Oh, yes, he is teaching Kevin out.
Well, at the end of the day, people, we are signing off at this point in time. We would like to say thanks from you and the guests, Kevin, Candice, and the full team. Full team of people that are outside here that watching us and are locked it on.
Pleasant good night, guys.
There we go. Hi, good day, everyone. I'm Candice Edwards, and I'm here with Mr. Khan.
Yes, Khan.
We are the Advocate for Justice. And look on our YouTube channel on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Well, Saturday is the bacchanal time where you can call in. Bacchanal Saturday, we call in that. Where you can call in and bad okay, man. Bad okay, woman. Let's sit and have a chat. Right? Mr. Khan?
7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Make sure and call. Bacchanal Saturday. But we'll be on a Tuesday and Thursdays as well for all those hardcore issues that are affecting you. Water, mosquitoes, parliamentarians. We'll be there. Call in and talk, we'll be coming to you to do interviews, showing the videos, and then we'll be airing them.
Yes, for everyone to see, so you too can have a voice. Whatever situation you would have been facing in the past and even in the present time now, you can come out, you feel free to call. We are your voice. Let us stand in the gap for you and bring these situations out into the light.
This video was born because a lot of people commenting, so we're trying to give the people
a voice.
So make sure and tune in. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and
Saturday, Bacchanal Saturday.
I like it.